can't hear nothing else. Tonight ain't the night, knowing the price. Pay it off with my life, till it's out with your lights. Do it all for the Christ, and he ain't playing nice. Knew the end from the start. Fix your face like it's art. The sons of a simp, call him Bart. Yeah, you did your best, played your part. But now it's time to cut you to the heart. Flex on occasion. It's the strangest of the salvation. You see it, believe it, amazing. Them terrorists coming invasion since the creation. War, mine, Lord, bless the general. Greatest nation, eat them unequivocal. Bombs dropping, buddy, cause it's biblical. Start shit, now it's time to finish. Whoa. Said he won't vote, we looking for smoke. So, we give him some more. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. It's the end of the world.
I can't wait for our kingdom to start and for theirs to be finished. Get rid of all of their idols and lying religions. Look for the crown like an Edris. Hey, this that crown talk. Wisdom of Solomon 5 talk. This that second Edris 6 and 9. We want eyes talk. It's your time to end and my time again. It's our time to win. Away with the sin. You know what it is. Rejoice with my kin. See that is why we repented. Go to the streets, I can see myself in it. The city is bright, the kingdom of light. A wonderful sight past the angels, the inner light. I need 1,000 years of labor. Sit on my throne with my savior. Try the new wine, press alone. He bring pain like major. You think the nations is equal to us? TK Kirkland, who raised you? Flex on occasion, my God a racist. That's why we moving with patience. It's been a long time coming. I spent my whole life running. Now that I'm 10 toes down and established my faith on 100. Woe to the nations, my king will race them. You know they gotta be punished. Jeremiah 25. Yeah, you know they gon' fry. Whoa! Said he won't vote, he looking for smoke. So, we give him some more. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. It's the end of the world.
Let's go. Hey. Shalom, family. Most High Christ bless y'all. We are back. It's the Nehemiah squad. I feel like the mic is low. Is the mic low? All right. Okay. Sound a little better. Hey, shalom, family. How y'all? We going to reintroduce ourselves. We are the Nehemiah squad. I'm Captain Zakai.
Hey. It's Officer Shell.
Hey, Officer Judah.
Officer Jadiel.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We got Officer Jadiel. I think he might. Like I told y'all before, he shows up when he wants.
Yeah.
And he leaves when he wants. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
we might not have him next week.
Right.
But all praises. Hey, before we bring up that thumbnail, let's take a look at this title, right? So this is called Oakland's Black Joy Parade and the Power of Unity, right? And our special guest is Elisha Greenwell. But before we bring her on, play that first video.
The first one.
Number one.
The one. Come on, man. There we go.
Yeah.
Play that. Come on, y'all.
The play button is
Masi is in the middle of all of it.
Yes, I am still here in the thick of it. We just saw Israel united in Christ. We just saw Israel united in Christ. We just saw Israel united in Christ.
There you go. Hey, we can pause on that. Y'all can drop that. Shout out to Sister Elisha for giving us some of that Black Joy love.
You know
what I mean?
Yeah.
So ABC News can see us. Hey, bring out our guest. All right, the founder of the Black Joy Parade, Miss Elisha Greenwell. Can you please bring out? Oh, there she go. Hey, sis, how you doing?
Hi, y'all. That video was funny. Did you mean to have it be repetitive as like a little remix?
Yes.
Is that what was happening?
Yeah, we had to do that. We trying to big ourselves up, sis. You know what I mean?
It was working.
but hey, it's good to have you. You know what I mean? A lot of people were asking because nobody knew how the Black Joy Parade got started. And for our show, you know, our PR team was like, hey, listen, we have found the founder of the Black Joy Parade, and we're gonna bring her on. I said, whoa, slow down. We know her, you know what I mean? Don't you gonna blindside her, come on. And she gonna be like, wait a minute, y'all backdoored me. So sis, hey, it's good to have you on. So we want to find out the beginnings. How did you and I know you have a partner as well, and how did y'all come up with the Black Joy Parade? What inspired y'all to get things started?
Yeah, well, thank you for having me on the show. This was
Absolutely.
definitely unexpected. I appreciate it.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, we've been, you've been part of Black Joy Parade since the beginning. So it's
Oh
crazy
yeah.
y'all don't know the story of how it started. So I'll try to give you the long story short, short story long,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
I lived here for a long time. I'm not from here. I'm not from Oakland, but I
Okay.
moved here when I was really young in my early 20s. And then I moved away for like 7 years or something.
Okay.
And when I came back, I just was sad. Like,
Yeah.
this some of the things that I loved about Oakland and the organizations I had been a part of, supported, the events I'd gone to, they just didn't feel like they were thriving.
Right.
And at the same time, the Orange Man had just been elected for the first time. And so there was, remember the Women's March, Occupy Wall Street, Black Lives Matter, like
Right.
it was
Right.
like protest town. And of course, as we always do, we were in the streets heavy, we were marching tough, there was thousands of us, but we weren't the center of that movement, right? It wasn't
Right.
about us, right? It was
That's true.
always against something else, like fighting for a cause that was bigger than us, included us, but bigger. But we continue to be on the front line as we do as a community.
Right.
And I kind of asked myself the question of like, but what if it was just about us? Like, would we show up in the thousands?
Hmm.
What if it wasn't about a protest, but it was about a celebration? Would we
Right.
come out heavy? Would we come out tough? And that was the beginning of Black Joy Parade. And I called my sister, I remember, and I was like, I want to have a parade for Black people. And she was like,
Man.
okay, like, are you high? Like, what's going
Wow.
on? And then I was like, no, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And so I made a little like Facebook event invite or whatever, had my friends meet me at Red Bay Coffee when it was over in Fruitvale, the big shop. And yeah, I think like 7 or 8 people showed up, like
Right.
friends of mine. It was like, what's Leisha talking about? And we brainstormed just like, what is this? What would it look like? What would we call it? And that's how Black Joy Parade got started. In the very first year, I think we permitted for like 3,000 people or something. Like
Right.
it was like, oh yeah, maybe some folks will show up. Like I really didn't think it was gonna be what it was.
Right.
And I remember that first year, just there's a bit of an incline on Broadway, and my producer at the time was like, just stand here, and I could see all the people like lined up for the parade. This parade
Hmm.
they'd never seen before. This like idea and I'm like, how'd you guys find out about this? Like, who
Right.
are you? And 14,000 people showed up that year. And so I cried, of course, but I also realized like it wasn't just me. Like I wasn't the only person that felt like this was needed and I needed it personally, but so did all these families, so did all these community groups, so did all these friend circles. And yeah, it's been kind of history ever since of just growing and evolving and bringing on new partners and inviting new community members. And now it's what it was last weekend, right?
Right. Right.
Where it's just so many people and so much joy. But yeah, that it all started like all great things, but just an idea, just a thought.
Right. Right. And it's definitely getting bigger because when we were out there last week, we were like, wow, this is like more than ever. You know what I mean? And you can never tell with these things. Like you said, sometimes it might, wane after a while, but it looks like it's growing. I think people feel like they need something, right?
Mm.
And it's crazy because yesterday we were out and about in Oakland, right? So we're not wearing our regalia, purple, nothing. We just in our regular clothes. And somebody said, hey, what's up, man? Yo, thanks for being in Black Joy. We seen y'all. We was like, what? You know what I mean? So
I do.
yeah, like when we first started with you guys, it was like, okay, people kind of looking, I think they seen us a lot, but they kind of like a little standoff. They're not really too sure about us. This year, a lot of people were walking up to us, talking with us. They usually talk with us, but this year was different. It was a lot warmer. Y'all know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot warmer. And so I think,
Tell me more about that. Like,
yeah, definitely. So
yeah,
like
what do you
we're,
mean?
we're out there teaching and the people are coming over there and they're like, okay, so exactly what are you guys talking about? And then we're telling them and they're like, okay, so all right, this is not what I really thought it was. And they're standing there for like hours talking with us. Right? Some people grabbing stuff and going and so on and so forth. But it was like real good conversations. Generally people see us, it looks like we're having arguments all the time, right?
I think it's your bravado.
Yes. But a lot of people, they like the fact of the unity of how we move together, right? And they see us all over the country and stuff like that. So when we show up here, it's like, oh, okay, they're here. You know what I mean? So that's the first thing people say. Oh, I thought you guys were from Atlanta or New York or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. But so those things are great. So as Black Joy is moving on, I think the people's idea of it is changing as well. Maybe I don't know if you see the same thing.
Yeah,
but,
no, I mean, I think a few things to touch on. This year we had 120,000 people.
Wow.
So if you think about the growth from 14 to 120 in, less than a decade, it's like contagious.
Right.
Like
Right.
things don't grow that way unless they're like a good virus, if you will,
Right.
right? Where it's
right,
like,
a good virus,
so
right?
and most people find out through word of mouth, right? It's like, oh, my friend was in it, and Black Joy Parade was built that way, where it actually was never meant to be like its own brand. It is now, but
Right.
it was always like this coming together of other things, other platforms. Like I said, I moved back and all these things I was really into were just not thriving. So the first thing I did was invite those things, like, oh, hey, little school, you want to be in this parade? Like, hey,
Right.
circus group, you want to be in this parade? Like, hey,
Okay.
church, you want to be in this parade, right? Car club, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Vendors, the same. Hey, I know this small business. I know this guy with a cart. I know, hey, do you want to be a vendor? You want to? And then what happens is 2 or 3 people show up to see each of those, and suddenly you have thousands of people. Because
right.
not anybody is coming for just generally. They're all coming for somebody, right?
Right.
And there's like a different level of connection you have with folks when that's the case. Like you're showing up for someone specific, like you're showing up for your people, right?
Right.
And and so when you get there, I'm not surprised. They're like, I would actually want to have an engaging conversation. Like I want to get deep. I want to be real here because I'm actually here. Like I'm not just like myself to support my people and myself to this situation. And I think that's why we've grown so fast. I think why it'll continue to grow. And I think why you guys, it's probably a different space for you now because people are coming looking for like realness,
Yes.
Yeah, and the city that you chose to do it in is perfect because Oakland has a revolutionary spirit on it. So people is gonna look to gather. They're looking for something, to beat. They're looking for something. They're looking. The spirit is wanting something to cleave to, So
right.
That's why we love Oakland. We in Oakland all of the time because we trying to spark that unity spirit back out there,
right?
With our people, because it is there. Once you remove all of the plaque of the people,
right? The plaque from the arteries.
Once you
go to the dentist, right?
Once you remove all of that off, then you got something real going on there. Right. And like Cap was saying, we've been there. We always been there, So, and from the first time we ever been there, y'all was burning the cross at us. No, I'm just playing.
I mean, we could keep it real. Like the first few years, I was like, I cannot.
No, hey, hold on.
I mean, kind of to your point about it's in Oakland, it's in our spirit. I think that's so true. And unfortunately, we have to be on the like super up and up for things to succeed and happen in Oakland, right? So when I very first started Black Joy Parade, I was like, I don't need permits. Like, we're just gonna walk down the street. Like,
right.
I'm just gonna, me and my friends, we're gonna do it. And a producer friend of mine was like, no, you're definitely not, because what you don't want to do is people say you broke the law or did something in the name of Black Joy, right? That's not the narrative.
Right.
And so, as always, we have to show up above and beyond what is expected of us, expected of anybody, to be great. And so in the first few years, and even today, Black Joy Parade, I'm really tight about like rules, right? Like,
right.
I'm not
Elisha.
gonna be. What'd you say?
We know how you are with those rules.
Yeah, right. Yes. Like
we were just talking about you when you gave us the rules about the speaking, and you came.
Yes, I said no loud. You can't have amplified music. You can't, because the last thing I want to do is someone come shut us down because we didn't follow the rules, right? Like
right.
You can't have Black Joy because you didn't adhere to this permit. Those are things I can control, right?
Right.
So that I can create a space that feels in our control. And yeah, I apologize if I ever came off as stuck up and stern. But that's what I had to do, you know?
Hey, sis, we were just talking about that, right? Because the officer that's here, Jadiel, he saw your picture. He said, "Wait a minute.
Wait a second.
That's the sister who came and rushed the speaker." I said, "Yeah, I told her about it."
I had to block her. For a second.
Yeah. I said, "I told her about it when I first saw her on the Zoom when we had to meet." I said, "Wait a minute, I recognize you. You the one that we were scared to death of you when we was out there." Everybody's like, "Oh shoot."
I wasn't playing.
Yeah, you came out there. We was like, "Oh wow."
I wasn't playing.
stuck
I'm like,
with
who do I gotta call?
Yeah.
Who tell me. Who's
She
the
was like,
top of the chain here?
Yeah.
Like,
She was like, "I told y'all, no speaker."
I told you, no amplified noise. No, I mean, you should hear me this year with these
She was like,
Nah,
reach
nah,
for the
but
sky.
illegal
exactly.
vendors. Woo.
No. But yeah, for real. But you know, we're good with everything as long as you know whatever rules it is we want to follow because it's a good turnout. It's a good place to see all our people at one time, especially when you go through Oakland daytime. It's so barren.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nobody's outside. You know, when we had guys, we had a lot of brothers come in from different places, right? And they see Oakland and like, oh my God, this is it. This is because they see all our people. I'm like, listen, this is today. Remember, people are coming in from all over the Bay, even different cities, right?
Yeah.
Different states to come for this. I said, so when you're here during the daytime, it's pretty barren during the week. Like nobody's really moving around and stuff like that, right? I said, so that's how big this event is that people want to come out and actually fill the street. Right, on a Sunday. Oh, matter of fact, I got somebody sent me with a message, sis. We bumped into a pastor yesterday, right, from a Christian church, and we start talking to him, and he's seen us. His people saw us in the Black Joy. He said, "Yo, I heard you guys went Black Joy." I said, "Yeah." He said, I said, "Yeah, we got the for tomorrow's show. We got the founder, Miss Elisha. She coming on the show." He said, "Hey, tell her to switch it to a Saturday."
Oh my God.
So the pastors in the congregation can come out. I said, well, bro, listen, we got our thing on a Saturday, so we happy for a Sunday. What the hell you talking
it's
about?
like, I'm saying, you can't make everybody happy, okay?
Yeah.
I will say, I love that he's like, send her a message like he couldn't.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? He don't know you, sis.
You can't ever make everybody happy. That's the first thing.
Right.
Second thing is the reason the parade starts at 12:30 is actually because in the beginning I was like, oh, we could give people a chance to go to early service and come to Black Joy Parade. I actually don't think that's happening anymore because unfortunately I think churches are slimming down. I don't know what word to use. Attendance is down.
Sis, hold on. I'm not jumping on them or anything like that. But you're 100% correct. Because we visit them churches, you know what I'm saying? Have talks with them, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And those congregations are like almost non-existent.
That's real.
I know.
Like there's nobody in there. You know what I mean? They ask us how many people we got, and they're shocked at our size of our congregation. But it's that time now. You got to be telling the truth in your thing. That's what people are looking for. Like you said, they're looking for realness.
They're looking for realness. And
Yes.
I don't attend church. I'm not
I know.
particularly religious,
Right.
but I do know that the congregations are dwindling.
Right.
And so I actually don't think that behavior that I was optimizing for, I guess is the right word, is happening where people are going to early. Because I think that churches only have one service now.
Right.
And it's in the middle. It's like at 11, right?
Right.
So I think what's happening, I'd love to be corrected or someone, a pastor to jump in and tell me what's happening, is they're just like missing the parade and then coming to the festival.
Right.
So something I've been thinking a lot about is like, how can we hold church at Black Joy Parade?
Whoa.
Because there are, as you guys know, as you all know, there are thousands of people waiting to start, in the lineup for the parade and for hours, right?
Right.
And I think a lot of those people have maybe used to belong to a congregation, have lost their way, it became inconvenient, whatever reason that they're no longer attending.
Right.
And probably looking for the word, probably looking for new spiritual guidance. And we
That's
have
awesome.
a ton of really powerful pastors and people who can deliver a message that I think might invite new people back into their spiritual realm, whatever that is. And so we've been thinking a lot about like where are spaces in that lineup specifically that we might be able to hold some kind of service. And then people wouldn't have to choose, right? They could get the word and be in the parade at the same time or watch the parade at the same time. So this is a new idea. I probably regret telling y'all because then watch me not be able to figure it out and people coming for me. But I do think it could be interesting of like, how can Black Joy Parade help hold space, help hold this real space for people that are looking for it.
It's interesting. Hey, also, sis. Well, I mean, that church idea, that's okay. Obviously. Obviously, we wouldn't be the ones to give the word, but we give the word all day. We do our thing. So,
But you have Saturday,
yeah,
right?
we have Saturday, but
Right.
but we hold church when we come out there. To be honest, when we on them corners, that's what we do.
Yeah, that's
right.
That's
I
true.
know. And,
Yes,
and
yes.
your approach to church, I'll put in air quotes.
Yes.
'Cause I don't even know what that is.
Yes.
But like it's the word is not confined to a place, right? And I think that more people, more religion, sects, however you want to think about them,
Right.
could be thinking that way. And maybe Black Joy Parade is a space that could hold that for them. I think we'd have to figure out how to, how many pastors could we have? Like, what sect? I don't know. That's complicated, and I'm not really
Right.
sure about that.
Yeah,
But I
you
do
don't.
think it could be diverse. I think it could be like kind of interesting to have different people take the pulpit.
They're
Yeah,
gonna-
it's just an idea, but
Yeah.
I think it's being inspired by the work you already do, right? Which is
Right.
like the word should come outside of the building, right? It should
Right,
be shared
absolutely.
with the people. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, sis, also what I seen is that one, I didn't know that you were in marketing for so long, right? I saw that. I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? That's incredible stuff. Like you did stuff for Facebook, you did stuff like a lot of high end Nike, so on and so forth. So did that help you in pushing this brand, or did you kind of lay back from your marketing skills and have somebody else handle it? Like, how did you go about
Yeah,
doing that?
so in the beginning, I would say the first 4 years, I was all I have my co-founder Amber. She's not in marketing. She's an amazing like operational person and is really good with people.
Right.
I think you could credit her to like keeping the team that runs Black Joy Parade alive and happy and excited. Um, so I was doing a lot of the marketing, but I also met a young woman named Maya Sykes, who I met her before my first Black Joy Parade, and she sort of came on as like a marketing manager, if you will, and I was like the director.
Okay.
And over the years, I've transitioned it to her, so she now runs 99% of Black Joy Parade marketing. But yeah, in the beginning, that's the thing, only thing I did know how to do. Keep it super real, right? I didn't know how to produce. I'd never thrown a party very big, let alone a parade.
Right.
And so I found producers who had experience with the parades. I found producers who had experience with the festivals. I found people who knew how to book talent. And the thing I could do is name it something that I knew people could remember, people could get behind, write a mission statement, say what it's about, go tell people about it, figure out ways in which I could reach a lot of people with very little money. So absolutely. And like I think the storytelling around Black Joy Parade was what I was really focused on in the beginning, because I know people will buy a story, right? People will lean in on a story. You just say, "Oh, I'm having a parade and festival." They're like, "Okay, but you tell them why, you tell them how, you tell them what's in it for them, you tell them why they should come. Then suddenly you guys are on the same page, right? And they're coming for them. They're not actually coming because of what it is. So absolutely, like my experience and my continual experience in marketing, I think is contributed to Black Joy Parade's success. But the actual day-to-day marketing of Black Joy Parade now, Maya is a queen and just runs with it and is completely responsible for like so many people showing up and having the best day of their lives.
Okay, excellent. And I heard this. I don't know if it's real, but other cities are wanting you to bring Black joy to these cities. Is that real? Is that a real thing?
I feel like this is like a truth or fact or whatever. Like, is this true?
Yeah. Hey, listen. Hey, the birdies are flying around. We just want to know what's going on.
Right. The people are dogging. The streets is dogging.
Exactly.
Yeah, we definitely have other cities over. This isn't like the first year. We definitely have had cities over the years say, "Oh, you guys should bring it to New York. You should bring it to Atlanta. Like, could really use Black Joy Parade. Oklahoma. Like, it's just random. People.
Right.
All kind of people. That's not going to happen. I couldn't ever articulate why that didn't feel right to me until actually last year. And forever, I just felt like I was making excuses, like, "Oh, I don't want to move there," or "I don't want to." Black Joy Parade is homegrown. It's like I said, it's built. It's a community of communities. Like, I'd have to go there and really get to know those communities. But what I realized last year is that I feel like that request is coming from a place that I don't agree with, which is that Oakland can't have nice things. That like, in order for things to be big or make it or exciting or draw people, they got to go. And that feels true of artists. That feels true definitely of artists. True of businesses to some extent. Like, once they hit a certain level, they got to leave Oakland to like
Right,
be
really
something,
flourish.
right?
Right.
And I just like that's just doesn't feel real to me. It doesn't feel true. I think that Oakland, like you were saying, is such a special place. It is my favorite city in the whole world, even though I've been all over the world. Like there's something about Oakland that just feels so right and so true. And I think Oakland deserves Black Joy Parade. I think it deserves to be a mecca for Black Joy. I think it can do that. It can hold it. And the people here are ride or die about Oakland, you know, and I don't think that's replicable everywhere else. And I don't want it to be. I want Black Joy Parade to be like synonymous with Oakland so that when the narrative about Oakland happens, people are like, oh, I'm going there for Black Joy.
Right.
Like that's why I go to Oakland, right?
Right.
And when they think about the news and they think about my vision is that Black joy and our revolutionary celebratory spirit is at the forefront of their mind when they think of Oakland, not the plaque that we just talked about,
Right.
right?
Right.
So in my dream, Black Joy Parade is always here in my
Right.
dream.
Yeah, it's definitely an Oakland thing because I'm from New York, and if you brought it to New York, after about 3 years, it's gonna be a New York thing, and that's it. They're gonna be like, "Oh, what you going to Oakland for?" This the New York. It'll just be taken. It'll be ridiculous.
There's a New York version, and
Yeah.
now it's a New York version. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And it just would be different. Like
Yeah,
it would be different.
yeah,
It would
it's
be
not
New
the same.
York, right? Like
Yeah.
anyone who comes to Black Joy Parade from out of town is like, this feels so
No,
Oakland.
no, for
Like
real.
this feels
No, for
so
real.
Bay Area, you know?
No,
Like
for real. That's real talk. No, you're right. I don't mean to cut you off, but like I said, when we got people coming in, they're like, "Oh man, like oh shoot, like it's something going on there," Especially for
and
us,
suddenly,
we love to see our people.
they have rhythm like Oakland. Like it's such a funny thing watching people coming from out of town because suddenly they fizz in, and I'm like, interesting.
Right.
Like,
Right. And real quick, you were talking about revolutionary spirit and everything, right? Hey, bring up number 9. We got to ask you about this. More truth. Or
more truth or fact or whatever.
Truth or fact.
right, true.
Fact.
Bring up number 9. Let's see. We got to talk to you about this because this is looking very, very intriguing. You got that? All right. All right, sis. Talk to us about this.
Yeah.
Black Joy Parade is proud to support the 60th anniversary of the movement that started it all. This historic gathering will take place in Oakland, the birthplace of the Black Panther Party, from October 15th through the 17th, 2026. What we got going on, sis? What's happening here?
Yeah, so I'm actually on the board of the Huey P. Newton Foundation, led by Frederica Newton, Huey's wife.
Right.
And it's the party's 60th anniversary, which is just nuts. And so we're throwing a very big event. It's not even like I'm like it's a gala, but also like seminars, but also parties. Like it's a whole week long celebration of the anniversary of the party members who are still left with us, the party members who have joined since. Part of it is education. A lot of people really don't know what the party is about anymore. It's just an idea, it's just a myth, right? They don't really realize the principles, they don't realize what it really did for the Black community, what it persevered against in the Black community. Yeah, so that's what it is. And Black Joy Parade is, we realize that we only can exist because the party is started here. Like you were saying, there is revolutionary roots in Oakland, and that is the only reason that something like Black Joy Parade can come around and thrive in this place, is because that lives in us. That spirit lives inside all of us and in this soil, if you will. And so we're obviously proud to support the party and the Huey P. Newton Foundation and all the work they're going to do for the 60th, which is coming up.
All right. So is it going to be like an indoor event or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They're working on finalizing venues, exact timing, calendars. Absolutely. Imagine like a like Essence Festival or something.
Okay,
It's like. And I think what's going to be really dope is you're going to have party members flying in from all over the world for it.
Okay.
Which is going to be incredible. I think a lot of people don't realize that the party was global.
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
And so you're going to have, there's just going to be so much history in one place. It's just going to be so much to learn. I'm just going to be like jaw dropped, inspired the whole time, because like these are like living legends. You know what I'm saying? Like these are people that you read about in history books. Well, hopefully our kids read about them in history books today, but we definitely did. And to hear from them directly and learn how they built the movement that they built, and the legacy that they left. I'm excited to just like learn from that. We all stand on the shoulders, right?
Right, absolutely.
Just make sure you save us a table.
I will. I'll call Frederica and
Yeah, we gotta be there.
say they want a table.
Yeah, we gotta be there. For real.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, so brother, y'all had something?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. In terms of that event, are you intending to bring any like children? I think it would be good for kids, right, for them to learn some of that history. So is
The
that
anniversary, the 60th?
Yeah,
there'll be specific events that our children are allowed.
Okay.
Not all events. Some things are like galas and things like that. But
Okay.
there'll definitely be events for kids.
Okay.
Do you guys have children? And
Yes.
do they
Oh,
come
yeah.
over?
A lot of kids.
Oh my God. Sis,
Yeah.
if you came here, right, we got about 150 kids running around this place.
Right.
But you know what? Allow us to no, for real, sis. Allow
I
us
believe
to.
you. No,
yeah.
I'm not even. My giggle is from
I know.
how stressful your life might be.
Yeah. no, because no. All right, so let me just give you a little glimpse into us, right? We don't have, and again, people know about the Israelite. We don't have multiple wives. Okay, so let me throw that out there. It's not like a guy.
Do people think that?
Yes, people think that. They ask us all the time.
They think it's like Mormonism, I guess. That's
Yeah, like we just got 2 and 3 wives making babies all over the place. Now I want you to take a look at this picture, right?
Oh.
All right, so that's our brother right there. He's one of the deacons of the organization. That's Deacon Ithon. That's his wife, right? And that's all their children.
Yeah.
Right? This is all their children, just those 2. Right? When I met him, the 2 older girls, that's who they had at the time. Mm-hmm. And then all the babies came afterwards, right? But these are the families that we have, right? Brothers, if y'all can bring up the marriage thing. So that's what we push. We push family, marriages, so there's no loose madness going on. In other words, you wouldn't be able to come in, see a good-looking woman across the aisle, and then take that time now to go over there and start talking to her, because we're going to tap you on your shoulder and ask you some very important questions like, what are you doing?
Right.
What are you really doing?
I expected the question to be more complicated.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what are you doing? Do you know? Okay, so this is Bishop Nathaniel, okay? He is the founder of Israel United in Christ. That's his wife. They've been married for 30 plus, right? So this is what we got going on, sis. This is not like one of the deacons as well, and that's his wife. They've been married for, wow, long time now. It's got to be about 20. All right, I've been knowing them since New York. That's them again, right? Hey, if you can bring up, okay, that's another one of our bishops, another one of the founders. All right, he's been married to his wife 30 years plus. All right, so this is what it is, and it's important for us to show these things to our people, because we want them to know exactly what we're standing on, like building families for real.
Yeah,
you know, even for the youth. Another one of our deacons, that's his wife. They've been married 20 years.
Can I ask you all a question?
Yes, please.
I'm being interviewed.
No, come on.
So I think that there is, to your, like you were saying, people think not facts or truth, about multiple wives and things.
Right.
I think one of the other maybe myths, this is my question, is that you all are not, don't think of women as equals.
Oh.
This would be the simplest way to put it. Can you talk a little bit
Yes.
more about that perspective and why
Absolutely.
that's wrong, or maybe if there's some truth in that?
Absolutely, right? And we'll read something out of the Bible for you as well, so you can understand where we're getting our things from. So now, in terms of equality, right? God doesn't look at equality like America looks at equality, right? So our wives, daughters, sisters, whatever, they're engineers. They're like, in our congregation, we have everything, right? Doctors, engineers, lawyers,
officers, everything.
I mean, whatever you could think of. Marketing people such as yourself. I'm talking about every facet, right? And we got sisters who are doing that stuff, and they big, right? So in terms of that, yes, go out, work, do what you got to do. Now, when you're with your husband now, right? The Bible's telling you something, that your husband is the head of the household, right? So that cannot be overshadowed. That can't be played with. In America, that's played with. Oh, it's a 50-50 and this and that and so on and so forth, right? Now, you may think to yourself, well, hey, maybe I'm paying the same bills as my husband. We both own the house together. We both have the deed. We got a $7,000 mortgage. I'm putting up 35. He's putting up 35. That's fine. Cool. That doesn't mean that you both are the, what's the word I'm looking for? The end all, right? Somebody has to be the boss. right? In every business, you have that boss, right? Then you have a supervisor, so to speak. And there's no argument there. Like, this is the person and this is the supervisor and these are the workers and so on and so forth. Nobody argues that. But when it comes to marriage, people argue that, right? So we're just going to read something out of the Bible real quick. Let me get 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and 1. And this is how this is in everybody's Bible. We don't have any special Bible. We use the King James. I just want to let you know, because you know what I mean?
Bring some facts.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that we're clear, because people might think we got our own thing going on. We got the same Bible that's in church, the same exact Bible. All right? Read that for me, officer, real quick.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse, what you want, 1? Start at verse 1?
Yeah, start at 1. Hey, make sure that's coming across the screen so she can see the scriptures as it's coming across so she can read it also. All right? Okay, go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Christ.
Right, so that's Paul speaking, and he's saying, follow me just like I'm following Christ. Right? Go ahead.
Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you.
Go ahead.
But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
Right, so a man, his head is Christ, meaning what? He has to listen to what Christ is saying. Christ is giving the commandments and so on and so forth. He has to follow that. Go ahead.
And the head of the woman is the man.
Elisha, I don't want you to go through the roof. Did you hear that?
I heard it. Yes,
okay.
I heard it.
The head of the woman is the man. Go ahead.
And the head of Christ is God.
Right. So Christ even has a head. That's God the Father. So you have God the Father, Christ, the man, and then the woman. This is what it is, right? Because when you understand the history of Adam and Eve, Eve was taken out of Adam, right? She was made second. She wasn't made at the same time and all of this and that. And don't think, we got sisters who come into the body and they struggle with that too. But because they love God and they're trying to get themselves together, they acquiesce, right? And say, okay, for the sake of my family, for the sake of myself getting married, we have to keep an order, right? Because that's all it is, right? And our people, we haven't had order. Think about it, Elisha. Back when we came out of slavery, right? We were the most married people in America. And we were doing much better at that time. We had our own neighborhoods. Our money circulated more. Like right now, people give that credit to maybe East Indians, Jewish people. They say, oh, man, Asians. They're so good with their money. Yep. We were doing that, right? When you hear about Black Wall Street, we had many Black Wall Streets, right? You had one in Atlanta. You had several in the Carolinas, so on and so forth. And they destroyed that, right? Why? Because then it destroys our power. Then they did what? Welfare system, all of the social, breaking up, right, redlining, but they had to break up the family, get the father out of the house. Right. We cannot give you money, ma'am, if you have a man in the house, right? If you're really trying to help a family, let's say the father and the mother doing badly, you give this money to the family, they get on their feet, and they're gone. They have the family intact, but they didn't do that. They said, no, get the man out of there, and now they split the family. Ever since that, we're terrible. Our marriage rates are terrible. What is it, like 20-something% now? 30%? It's bad.
It's lower than that.
I think it's lower than that.
It's lower than that.
It might be lower than that. Right.
It's very lower than that.
It's terrible. Why? Because we don't follow God anymore. Right. We threw that out. But that's what we bring back, what the Lord is saying. So when people come in, there's no boyfriend, girlfriend going on in here. No. Not at all. We telling people, hey, get right. When we see that you coming along and understanding the scriptures, understanding what you have to do, then we can allow you. Yes, we can allow you to speak to this sister now. And then we got to tell the man, do you have a job? Right. You understand? It's that simple. Don't sis, you laughing. Hey, it's real.
Hit the thing, man. Yeah. Hit the punch button when he say that, man.
Yeah. No,
if you ain't got a job, you got to get
sound
punched.
Effects.
Yeah, we got sound effects.
Yeah, exactly. When you don't have a job and you trying to mess with a sister because you not in order.
Right.
And that's what we about. We about order.
Right.
You got to remember this, Sister Elisha. When you look at any other race on the planet, don't no other people push equality between man and woman but us. No other ones. In any other culture across the nation or across the world, ain't no woman trying to be equal to the man. And that's not demeaning to the sisters at all, because we both got roles that we got to play at the end of the day.
Right.
Equality, when they start pushing equality, who did they start that with? They started that with the black man and black woman to cause friction between them. It's an old slave tactic. Have you ever heard of the book Willie Lynch and the Making of a Slave? You ever heard that?
Yeah.
Have you ever read it?
Yeah, I have.
One of the tactics in that book to break a slave.
It was very deliberate.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was to put the woman over the man.
Right.
And what did they call it? They called it good economics or something like
Right.
that.
Right.
They
Because-
said once
yes.
we start this, it's gonna turn on its own axis. It's gonna grow.
Right.
And like Cap was saying earlier, it splits the family. It splits everything. It turns everything upside down.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So us saying that the woman is under the man is not degrading the woman at all, because that's what people like to think. They think
Right.
that
Yep.
we degrading the woman when that scripture
That's the
or
fear.
when that's being pushed.
Mhm.
But it's not degrading, because we both know and understand our roles, and if we play those roles
Right.
together, then that's when we make a powerhouse. You know?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's like that in every single thing. You got a strong hand and a weak hand. You got a good eye and you got a bad eye. You got a strong leg and a weak leg. Spades, you got the big joker, you got the little joker.
Right.
But both of them is better than all the other cards.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
the fear is what's been created was a gender war has been created.
Right.
We went into slavery together, sis. So guess what? Instead of fighting our way out of slavery, a gender war was created.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Once disunity happens, now this power comes. Peace comes through power, at its primitive nature, right? So when all things are said and done, when they go against everybody's treaties and they start shooting guns again, and the fight has to happen, guess who has to win that war? The man has to win that war. He has to fight. When somebody breaks in your house, your man have to go and
My God, you
fight
guys sound
that.
like my husband.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just
Your
straight
husband
up.
is a smart man.
Yeah. And if that doesn't happen, that's a very comfortable situation
Right.
for the people that do oppress us, because family is the foundation of black people. There is no black people without family.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So why are we out there? We out there teaching the Bible, right? Because when we out there, we see a bunch of people out there, they fornicating. You hear what we marching. Some of us used to sell the drugs, not no more, right? Take care of our wives. That's what people. The scare tactic is the Mr. syndrome. You've seen Color Purple. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But watch this. If I give you to a husband, he has utmost control of you. If that husband is no good, this is why we tell you no. You can't talk to that sister, because if
Right.
you got a Negro mindset, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna abuse that sister.
Right.
You're gonna mistreat that sister, and she's under you, under God. So give me 1 Peter 3 and
That's important.
give me 1 Peter 3 and let's start with
22.
1. We start at 1. I'll show you the women, and then I'll show you the mindset of the man that have to, because it's not saying like you're gonna be like Celie. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Right, right.
that's important that you say
That's
that,
important,
and I don't want to cut you off. Stay right. Don't forget what you're going to say.
Mhm.
That's very important, because when it comes to things like that, that's why we're here as counselors.
Yeah.
There's going to be no man here beating up any women. That's not happening.
Right.
As soon as we get wind of that,
It's a wrap.
this guy got a major problem.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sis, like, you see all these men that you see moving around, like, they're not here for nothing. Like, we're not playing with people. You know what I mean? You're not gonna come in here. You're not putting no hands on a woman. That's not happening. And if it happens, we're gonna have a conversation, and then things are gonna get different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, all of this, I think makes sense. And it a little bit goes back to what I was saying about Black Joy Parade of, like, in order for us to succeed, we need to have structure and we have rules,
Yes,
right? I
yes,
was saying that about
yes.
an event, which is a very different thing than our life and our soul,
Yes.
but it's the same, right? If, like,
Yes. Code.
we got to work together, and in
Right.
order to work together and to thrive, we all have to play our part, right?
Yes.
I think the thing that I personally struggle with is the sort of like blanket statement nature of it all.
Okay.
If what we're saying is that each of us plays a role in the ultimate sort of like well-being and happiness and joy and thrivingness of our family and our community, then at times I am the head. Right? Like, at times
okay.
the thing in front of us is like, I'm actually far more equipped than my husband to be the decision maker and be the head of something.
Okay.
And there are times when he is that. And
Okay.
when you quote scriptures as like, he answers to God, Christ, and Christ to God, and me to him, that feels just like unfair and inaccurate, because
Okay.
I actually don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, that's how it is actualized in the world. Even in your own families, I think there are probably
Yeah.
times in which your woman, your wife, is far more equipped to be the decision maker, or to be the sort of like end all be all, as you guys said. Is that feel true, or is it really no? The man is always the head. The man is always the end all be all, even in a scenario when the woman is more qualified.
Well, I'll say this to you, right? For instance, our PR team, right, is, I think, all women, right? Why? Because they're better at it. No, I'm just telling you.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they're better at it.
Yeah.
Right? They just didn't contact you because we knew you personally. We said, no, we'll take care of that one. Right? But they're better at it.
Yeah.
So we made sure that they are there. They come up with boom, 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 and they're moving around and shaking it, getting it popping. You have to give your wife that credit, right? She may be, for instance, I don't know what topic it is. Let's say she's handled money. Let's say she's great at finances, right? You're not that good at finances. You may make a lot of money, but she's great at finances. Why would you now not allow her to ply her trade and help you get better? You understand what I'm saying? So everything with understanding, right? Like the Bible says that wisdom is the principal thing, right? So get wisdom, but with all that getting, get understanding, right? So you have to have some understanding to the thing, right? But okay, I did enough talking, but he's
You
gonna
did tell him to remember.
Yes, he got to bring something out to you. Please bring it.
Yeah. So we're going into the mindset. I want to make a point real quick. When I met my wife, I had my own house and apartment, right? I didn't have any bath mats. I didn't have any. It was not fancy at all. I was happy as hell. I had an air mattress. My TV was on 2 speakers. I was the man as far as I was concerned. When I got with her, guess what? It's bath mats, it's soap dispensers and all that. Now, I would be a fool to get in her way and say, I don't want all that stuff.
Right.
She make the house way better.
Yeah.
When I allow her to make certain decisions, you know what I'm saying? So guess what? Even a king got a 1,000 counselors.
Right.
You know, now a stubborn king, he ain't gonna listen to no counselor. He gonna say, I'm gonna do it my way, this, that, and the third. But
dumb.
a smart king gonna be like, hey, like you said, you good with the finances, y'all over the treasury. I'm gonna let y'all handle y'all business over there. Boom. Y'all over the war. Boom. I'm gonna let y'all handle. Y'all report it to me. That's how it's supposed to work, right?
Right.
So this the mindset of the king. I show you the woman in subjection first, right? Give me 1 Peter 3:1.
1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands.
Subjection, like you're the subordinate. You got the CEO, and then you got the manager, so on and so forth, right? Read on.
That if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives.
Right, so well conversation. Look at the woman's demeanor. Watch what it's supposed to be. Read.
While they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear.
Read on.
Whose adorning.
What you put on is this.
Let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting of hair.
The outward appearance of a woman should not be the most beautiful thing on her, right? Read on.
And of wearing of gold, or of putting on of apparel. But let it be the hidden man of the heart.
Let the spirit of the woman be the most beautiful thing upon you, right? Let that be the most beautiful thing you have on. Read.
In that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit.
A meek and quiet spirit. If you give that to a Negro, he's gonna abuse it. So when we get these young Negroes off the street that got to reform their heart, we got to read them verse 7. This is what you got to be now before I give you that meek and quiet spirit. Because guess what? I got to give my daughter to one of these guys.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And I am not playing about that. So read verse 7.
Verse 7. Likewise, ye husbands.
Now the same way the woman got to be in subjection to you, you husbands, this is your behavior. Read.
Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge.
Dwell with them according to knowledge. The knowledge is the Bible, right? So guess what? In the Bible, it say you cannot be a striker. Right. You can't be soon angry. Wisdom come with skill, so on and so forth, meaning you got to be temperate. right? So you can't just be a fly off the handle kind of guy. Read on.
Giving honor unto the wife.
No, degrading your wife.
Giving honor unto the wife.
No,
Read it
talking
again for
down
my
to-
sister. Read it
Yeah.
again for my sister, man.
From the top.
No, just that part right there.
Giving honor.
Giving honor unto the wife.
So not shaming your wife, not abusing your wife, so on and so forth, not cheating on your wife. No, none of that. You got to honor your wife. This is the kind of man that you're going to be in subjection to. Read on.
Giving honor unto the wife. As unto the weaker vessel.
The weaker vessel, because she can't pick up as much weight as I can. You see what I'm saying? She can't build a bridge like I. She can. Like if you only got one hand, you could play some basketball with the left hand. You could, and if you're doing it, hey, all power to you. But you'll be way better with a stronger hand.
You ain't got a crossover at all. With
At
the
all.
left hand.
You so predictable. You know what I'm saying? So two hands is better than one, especially if it's the strong
This
one, right?
analogy's not working.
Right?
I was with you until the basketball analogy. I'm like,
Yo,
that's
Elisha was
not-
like, I got a good left. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm like,
Both my
Well,
hands
finish
work.
that. Finish that.
Yo.
And as being heirs together
Uh-huh.
of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered.
Husband and wife is heirs together. Watch this. Read.
Finally, be ye all of one mind.
Agree together, one mind. So we got to have a conversation. Hey, the CEO has the final decision, but the manager have excellent ideas.
Right.
Probably better than the CEO.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And a smart CEO gonna listen. Right? Read on.
Having compassion one of another.
No, just going hard all the time. Read.
Having compassion one of another.
Oh, you see what kind of man you supposed to be around, what kind of man you supposed to be with. So not Mr. like they show you on TV. You see what I'm saying? Not Denzel Washington on Fences. That just, you know what I'm saying? Those are the fear tactics that they give you. Right? Read on.
Love as brethren.
What kind of love you supposed to have with your wife?
Love as brethren.
So guess what? You can play some dominoes with your wife.
Right.
And guess what? Brethren, sometimes they fight, but they get right back together.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's always going to be trouble in the flesh, but at the end of the day, we still family. It's all about us. That's how your marriage is supposed to be.
And that's beautiful. You said that, right? Trouble in the flesh, right? Because the Lord talks about that. Even in your marriage, you're going to have problems, right? So the problems could be about anything, but the point is to get back, all right? You have an argument, whatever. If you need counsel, right? That's why we here, right? So they can, a married couple can come. We sit down, we talk about it if they need us. Not that we in their business. If they need us, and we move like a family, sis. You know what I mean? Because that's what it takes. Nowadays, if there's a problem in a marriage outside in the world, right? We call it in the world, outside of us or whatever, right? A person's going to go talk to their friend. What your friend going to say? Oh, that nigga ain't nothing. No, bad advice. The guy's going to go to his friends. And they might tell him something stupid. He might go to his mother. Somebody, oh, I never liked that girl. I told you about her. All of that. But that ain't going to happen here.
Especially if they are not in healthy marriages.
Well, that's the key, right? Now again, you don't have to be in a healthy be with us and then be in a healthy marriage, right? It could be like yourself. I don't know how long you've been married, but
2 years.
2 years?
Yeah, we're baby marriage.
Okay, so you're still in the honeymoon, right? But
Yeah. Well, we've been together 5 years, but we only married 2
okay,
years.
so no, that's beautiful, right? Because usually people are together like 15 years and they don't get married yet. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so
not me.
Right.
That
No,
was
no,
not happening with me.
it's good. No, it's good that y'all locked in. You know what I'm saying? You want to. That's the thing, and that's another thing, sister. That's why we push marriage, because we have to understand that that's what must happen. We supposed to be married, like legally. You know what I mean? We bump into people like, oh, that's the white man. You know, that's the white man's laws. We like, no. In the Bible, it says you need to be married. Like you got to have some paperwork.
And that's the black man's
common
law.
sense.
You know, all of this, I think, rings very true, I think, and real. And my marriage probably is more reflective of this than I would probably care to admit. Just because I'm not Christian, right? I don't. My beginning is not the Bible, but I think the reflection in the way my marriage operates is very similar.
Right.
I do think you're working up against centuries of oppression, and which you know, right?
100%.
That when they tear families apart, there's generations of people who have never experienced family.
We see it.
Exactly.
Every day.
Yeah.
You know, my husband and I are both lucky that our parents have been married for a very long time, are still married, and so
excellent.
we grew up seeing the power of that partnership. and us as the children of that, right?
Right.
But most people don't have that.
Right.
Yeah,
they don't.
We see it. We see it as people come into the congregation. You know, we got new members all the time coming in, and most are from households where their dad left. You know, the family. You know, divorce, all of that. Right. Usually, people like yourself, you and your husband, those usually are the best marriages, right? Because you actually had you looked at it, you saw the examples, and you could pretty much say, okay, this is how they got along. Maybe this is how it works for us, right? The only time we see that it doesn't work is if the father who was in the house was not really manly. You know what I mean? If he was like soft under his wife, then it tends to be a problem, because now let's say that was where the woman came from. She's expecting this guy to behave like her dad. And then maybe he's not that way. Maybe he's more of a stern individual. And then they're going to run into some, you know, little hiccups here and there, right? So you have that. But generally, coming from those households make the best marriages. So what we got to do, we have to rebuild the spirit of each individual, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Cap, can I post something on it?
Yes, sir, please.
Hey, get Titus chapter 2 real quick and start at verse 1. We're going to read down to 4.
All
So,
right.
Elisha, what you've been asking about, right? Satan's biggest trick was to tell the woman that her role was not valuable. So we're going to read about it here, and we're going
Right.
to be able to see that when that role was changed, it caused chaos. Right? Just like you said, we can't have the amplified sound, and you almost beat me up that day. Right?
Yeah, that was him,
Right?
sis.
That was me. Yeah, I'm bringing
That
it
was
back.
him. This is the guy.
Right? Just
Yeah.
like you going to beat me up. Right. We're going to read this. Titus chapter 2, verse 1.
Titus chapter 2 and verse 1. But speak thou the things which become sin, be sober.
So this would be a husband, right? This husband is going to be sober. Go ahead.
grave.
He's going to be serious about life. He's not going to be playing around all the time. If you had a father in your house, like Kat was just saying, they were serious, right? Your grades, they were serious about the time you got in the house, the way you dressed. If you're a male or a woman, they were on you, right? They didn't allow certain things in the household. They were serious. Go ahead.
Temperate.
They had self-control. Go ahead.
Sound in faith.
They understand the faith. Go ahead.
In charity.
They looked out for their brothers and sisters. They loved their neighbor as they loved themselves. They might bring other family members in, let them stay at your house, feed them, take care of people in the neighborhood. They had a reputation of doing that. Go ahead.
In patience.
They were patient with you in order for you to develop. So now watch what it says in the next verse. Come on.
Verse 3. The aged woman likewise.
The wife would then take on those same attributes because she sees that her husband is a serious man who cares about his community. Now she's going to move the same way. So watch what she starts to do. Come on.
That they be in behavior as becometh holiness.
She's not going to have Instagram where she's shaking her behind or she's showing herself over. She has no ambition in terms of life. She's going to see her father was a certain way, and that wife is going to be that certain way. So this wife now is going to be attached to a man. She's going to have that same ambition. She's going to have skill set, right? When you read Proverbs 31, it talks about a woman who could buy land, a woman that could make clothes. They had much skills. Go ahead.
Right.
Not false accusers.
She didn't lie.
Not given to much wine.
She wasn't getting drunk. Go ahead.
Teachers of good things.
That's the key thing right there. That woman, she was responsible for teaching every child that came. And that wasn't just her children. That was responsible for being an example to the community. Because while the man is out working, who's establishing what he's working for? The wife. Right. So when they took the wife and said, let's move her, and she doesn't want to be a wife no more, now the kids are not being taught. They're not being instructed. There's no one to make sure that that infrastructure coming behind the father is good. So he's working for no reason. She's working, and every brick he's putting in place, she's pulling out. Because now she's trying to be him. He's trying to establish something and she's not helping with it, essentially, right? Because that's what America basically did. And that's what the Bible shows you, is that when we get back in that order, now we're working together.
Right.
Now I'm working hard, and then you're establishing everything I'm building. Because if I'm going to work and I'm trying to set up things for the kids, it's on you to make sure that those kids are the greatest thing possible. They're supposed to be better than me so they don't have to work this hard. Right. That's what the Bible is teaching us.
Right.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Is there a world where all of this is true, but it's a world reversed? And if not, why?
We living in it. The roles is reversed in the world that we live in right now.
This is the reverse world.
This is the reversal of it.
Yeah.
All of this good old stuff we reading, you sis, you got to remember, this is black joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not.
All of this stuff.
I feel like I'm being argumentative.
No.
This is so. I'm curious. Like
No. Yeah. And I understand that. I'm not saying it like you combative or nothing, but I said that because of the remark from earlier. You say, I'm not a Christian or nothing, but this book is this is black people's book,
right?
And I will go through that, but we talking about some good stuff right now, and I would rather keep with that.
Right. Yeah, and sis, listen, the Bible says marriage is honorable and all, right? But going back to what you said, is there, because right now we're living in a bizarro world, right? because we're looking at Bizarro, right? You know who Bizarro is, right? He was like the weird Superman or whatever, right?
Right.
So,
Down.
huh?
The
Yeah,
back, whatever. Yeah.
right. So again, this is nothing against a woman's aptitude or acumen, nothing like that.
Right.
Because we know for a fact, I got daughters, they sharp. You know what I mean? One about to go to medical school and so on and so forth. Like we understand. That's why it says honor, right? We know what it is. At the same time, if there's no order, right? What is the sense? How we get anything done? Every company has an order, right? No matter what you're involved in, there's a code, right? If you're in the streets, and now it looks like there's no code in the streets, right? When I was younger, there was a code.
It was.
Right? There was a code. You couldn't just do anything, right? So no matter what you're dealing with in this world, there's a code, there's an order. Even like the man you just mentioned, the orange man. There's an order there, right? No matter what craziness he's doing, there's an order to what he's doing. So God has an order as well. Before we brought up Adam and Eve, right? Eve, she fell because she was told that she can be just like her husband. As great as Eve was, now you don't know the whole backstory. I mean, if we don't even have time to get into it. But the point is, as great as Eve was, she was the mother of all humanity. All right? Just to give you a quick look, you probably never heard this before, but Eve was giving birth she was having babies like every 3 months, 4 months.
Well, she had to populate the whole world, right?
Right. And it was different back then. Yeah, it was different back then. Right? So she's putting them out and they're booming, they're making babies. Like this thing is happening. Everybody, all the different nations that were around there, she was the mother of them all. She had that honor. They knew who she was. It wasn't like, oh, who's our matriarch? No, it's Eve up there in that castle up there. That's her, right? Even with all of that, she said, I want to be like this guy. And that's what happened. That's how she got knocked off, right? And because he loved her so much, he fell to her. And this is where we're at, right? Now, that's a history that a person would have to acknowledge and accept, so on and so forth. But this is how we wind up getting to this space right here, right? The woman, you have that in you because you're looking at the man and you're saying, wait a minute, I'm as smart as him. But the Lord made things different. The Lord made a man physically stronger for a reason. He made a man more logical for a reason, right? Even today's times, we teaching on the street, and a couple of women would come up and be like, say something like what you brought out earlier about, what about the women? We see that you don't never have women around and so on and so forth. You guys, you step on women and so on and so forth. We like, no, they just not allowed to be out here teaching. If you come in as many, I don't know if you've seen in 2024 when we marched down International. It was a lot of us that day. It was crazy. I just want you to imagine if that was all women. Yeah, we have more women than that. Yeah, we do. In the body, right? Way more. Now, if they were being abused, do you think they would be here? Why would they do that to themselves? Right. You understand what I'm saying?
A lot of women do.
That's true too. Like some women are afraid to leave abusive relationships and so on. But we don't have that problem. Like I wish somebody would come up and interview some sisters.
I have no doubt you have that problem. I do think there's some. It's quite convenient for the body to say what the order is when they are at the top of the order.
Okay.
That makes sense.
It does make sense.
So I hear you that ultimately men are physically built for this, I guess. I don't know how else to put it.
Right.
But the world has evolved. We're not hunting and gathering anymore.
We are hunting.
So what is the value of that physical strength truly so much today that the order is this way?
Yes.
Or why else other than because a book says so, that the man is the top of this order?
Think about it.
I think that is the question that a lot of modern women, including myself, wrestle with. That I love my husband. We have an agreement and a relationship that is similar to what you're talking about, but I think the tensions we have are always like, why is it just assumed that you are the top of this chain?
I'm going to tell you why. Two things. Did you ever see the video of that couple? They were, I think, in, I want to say Colombia, and the woman and the guy just ran in, was trying to take her purse from her, and the guy was standing here. He didn't do anything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nothing?
No. Yeah. No.
Never.
Right. Can you imagine yourself, you and your husband walking together, a guy comes and try to take your purse and your husband doesn't do anything?
No, I can't imagine that. 'Cause
Right. Let's say,
that
but
person
let's
was
say,
in their life,
right,
basically.
right. But let's say that happened. What would you be thinking about your husband after that? You see what I'm saying?
Said it all.
Because you know that that's something that a man's supposed to take care of, right? Because he has to protect you. Now, he may not have to protect you every single day. It's like the police, right? The police, they're not dealing with us every single day. But if there was no police, then what are we talking about? We got a problem, right? We got a problem. So now, just getting back, remember, it was men who put these orders in place that a woman is able to work and be out there and do certain things. It was men who put that in place. Certain laws to protect women is men who did that, right? So you can't say, well, the laws it's antiquated, because it was men who put these things in position. If men decide, you know what, we're rolling all of that back, no one can do anything about it. Women will not be able to get together and fight men and say, no, this is what we want. Here's a question, sis. No, here's a question. Where's there an army of women that have themselves in a ranking? I'm a general. This is this. You're a private. It doesn't exist.
In movies.
Yeah, it does not exist, because men, we understand that kind of order, right? So we'll say, okay, I'm in a private. This is the general. We respect the order. But I'm talking about all women. All women. A million of you. Would you be able to look up to all these women and say I'm subordinate to these women? Would you be able to do that? Because I have never seen it.
I don't know. I think there are in history some female armies. I definitely think there are.
Yeah, there's like one or two.
But what I'm hearing from you is that the order is a natural order.
Yeah. It's 100% is a natural order.
Right?
100%.
And my hypothesis for myself, at least, is that is a pretty big pill to swallow when the current natural world does not seem to reflect that.
That's because you have TV.
Yeah, and
we have all kinds of things. We have TV. We have that. Most of the situations we're in don't require brute strength to succeed or to overcome.
The
right?
current natural world goes against nature, to be honest.
Right.
The current natural world says two men can get married. That's not nature. And like I said, like we're not at all trying to turn this into a gender battle like we were speaking about earlier. You know, it's nothing. We don't have nothing against the women. We obviously know that you don't have nothing against us men. But at the end of the day, the natural world goes against nature. Right. What we see in the world right now and what the world has evolved to, it's completely upside down.
Right.
Everything is upside down.
Right.
The man is out of order. The woman is out of order. The children is out of order. Everybody's out of order.
It's crazy.
But that feels pretty contradictory to a belief that God is almighty. If God is all powerful and almighty and what will be, then why would he let the world become so unnatural? Because
the people that were supposed to rule the world went against him. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28 right quick.
Right.
I'll show you. I can answer that right quick. The people that were supposed to rule the world, because at the end of the day, God had a people. He got a chosen people that he chose to rule the world. And when that people went off, he promised them. He promised them that he was going to turn everything upside down if they turned against him. Rush, just read that.
What verse you on?
15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15.
Come on.
But it shall come to pass.
Meaning this is going to happen.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If we would not listen to the Lord and do everything that he commanded us. Because remember in the beginning, the first scripture that we read was 1 Corinthians 11, that God is the head of Christ. Christ is the head of God. You see what I'm saying? So he laid these rules down for us. Watch this. Go ahead.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
Come on.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day.
Read.
That all these curses.
You see that? He said, if you don't do these specific things, if we go up to the beginning, he promised us what he would do good for us if we did keep the order. I jump straight to where we at right now just to quickly answer your question. Go ahead.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now look at the black community right now in its entirety. No matter where you go in the world, they at the bottom. We the most drug addicts. We the most drug dealers. We the most people that have babies out of wedlock. All of these bad things he said was gonna happen to us. He was gonna flip everything upside down because what we didn't keep his commandments as the chosen people, as the rulers of the earth. The earth really belonged to us. It belonged to me and you. We don't have no inheritance in it because of that, what we just read right there in Deuteronomy, because we didn't keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord.
Can I and let me show you something very specific to the woman right here, right? Why you said, why would the Lord allow that, right? Watch this. Give me Jeremiah 31 and 22. Watch this, sis, right? This is very specific and hits right on target, right? Because we went against the commandments of God. So the Lord said, all right, since you want to do that, you're now going to become the tail, right? So now your whole situation is going to be destroyed. Watch this. Read that thing.
Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter?
That's talking about Israel. How long will you keep backsliding? Go ahead.
For the Lord have created a new thing in the earth.
What new thing is that?
A woman shall compass a man.
That's what you're talking about. You saying, how is the woman, because you don't need brute strength, because the women is marketing, they doing computers, they doing this, that, and the third. The Lord said, I'm going to create a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. Why? Because you haven't listened. So now when this woman is you going what comes out of that? Problems. Sis, you know how it is. Men don't like when their woman makes more money than them. You know that, right? It's a problem. No, it's a real problem. Maybe not for, I'm not going to say for me. Maybe me too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe me too, right? Maybe me too. But I know specifically.
Could be an underlying problem.
Right. No, it's real. Because I know some guy, like as soon as they hear that a woman is making money, they don't want to have nothing to do with her. Because they know that mentality that comes with it, right? Some women are good with it. They don't really have a problem. They make X amount of dollars, right? They know the guy's not making that much money, but they like him. And they're like, all right, we could probably make this work. But most men know, wait a minute, if she's making more money, she thinks she's the boss in the house. Like, I can't do it. It's not going to happen. They make, she's the most beautiful woman in the world. You know how men are. You beautiful, that's it. They with all your red flags, they're going to take you because you're beautiful, right? But even with that money thing, that's a problem. Right? So that is what the Lord is talking about. I'm going to make and most of the women who's making big money, they're not married. They have no relationships. I'm telling you, I know this for a fact. I'm coming straight out of the big city. Yeah, exactly.
I guess I've never thought about it as because it's not the natural order and more that men are insecure and they place their value in the wrong place.
I wouldn't see, sis. You trying to win.
Both can be true. Also, can we hold that?
Okay. I'm not going to say they're placing it wrong because a man is logical. He just doesn't want to waste time. Right. He knows the woman is going to be acting up at some point about this money.
Why? Thing. Because she makes more money, she's going to act up.
Okay, for instance, right? In our listen, watch this, sis. In our organization, right? We don't allow, because the Bible says that the man must have his own place, right? We don't allow a man to marry a woman and then move into her house. It's not going to happen. That's crazy, right? Now, I'm going to tell you why it's crazy. Let's say you own a house, right? We talked about this before. Let's say you own a house. So now you're like, okay, I own this house. My house is worth 1.2. What am I supposed to do now? Like, leave it, right?
Right.
One or two things has to happen, right? Everything with understanding. Either you're going to move into his house that he has, or somehow he's going to probably have to give you some money or something, and you can get him on the deed. Something has to happen. Because if you own this I'm just throwing the number 1.2. You're in there because it's California and everything is expensive as hell. 1.2 would get you like 800 square feet in Oakland, right? So it's outrageous. Right. So it's outrageous, right? And he comes in his house. Now, let's say the bathroom is not clean. He's like, yo, Elisha, when are you going to get around any time to clean in this bathroom? You're going to be like, wait a minute, this is my house. It's no way in the world you're going to say, all right, let me take care of that. You're going to be like, wait a minute, is he talking about this bath in my house? Why don't you clean it? That's what's going to happen. We know this. It's no sense in us even fighting.
That example is not the woman acting up.
I see. You're looking at
is that in your mind that's the woman acting up because she wants her bathroom clean?
No. This is the man saying.
He's saying the opposite.
Right. No, exactly.
He's saying opposite of what you're saying.
Right. The man is saying he's calling the bathroom his bathroom.
Got it.
She's saying, is this really his bathroom?
Right.
I bought this house 10 years ago. You just moved in here.
Just got here.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm renting it to you.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So to avoid that, right? The Lord said you must have your own thing. You have to have that woman come to you. Right? Because we understand what a woman is. Yes, y'all are intelligent. You can get things done, but you're also you know how you guys are. when the guy ain't bringing home $2, you're like, he ain't worth a bag of dead roaches. It's anger.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with anything you're saying. I think it's a obviously it's history.
So yeah,
right?
so our main
up right now.
Oh,
right. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Finish what you were saying. Sorry.
Yeah, I just continue to. I can't help but feel like you're trying to return to a time that is foregone.
No, I wouldn't say we're trying to return to that time, but as a people, we strive better when we had a specific order, period, point blank, at any time period. If you look back in history, in any time period, like I said earlier in the show, like this conversation is only had amongst black men and black women. They're not, there's no obscurity or blurred lines in no other community but ours, or in America. I'll say America. When you go to any other country, these lines ain't blurred, and they got their own country. They running their own lands. They doing their own things because they still live off of the natural order of things.
Right.
And you've been over the place. You've been all over the place. So I know you've seen it.
No.
You got
y'all
people
are saying is not true. That absolutely not. They're beyond observations. Like I said, that's like history.
Like the America is the only place where you hear this type of talk. You don't hear it nowhere else. That's why people leave their countries and women leave. I have literally seen it with my own two eyes where a woman will leave another country up under and their whole family, and that whole family structure once they get here, it's over.
Right.
Now she's over everything.
Right.
Hey,
She like clean them kids.
1 second. And it says, I'm going to read something for you real quick, right? This is written a couple thousand years ago, right? Because you said we're trying to return, right? But look what was written a couple thousand years ago. and you tell me, was it written yesterday or 2,000 years ago? Hey, let me get Sirach 25 and 22.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Right? Watch this. And you tell me if we might have just wrote this in there yesterday. Yeah.
Ready.
Read that thing, bro.
Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 22. A woman, if she maintain her husband.
A woman, if she maintains her husband, meaning what? She's making more money than him. She's taking care of everything. Go ahead.
Is full of anger.
What is she full of?
Full of anger.
Is that true, Elisha? The answer is yes. Read on. Go ahead. Go ahead.
A woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger.
Go ahead.
Impudence.
Meaning much disrespect. Go ahead.
And much reproach.
She hates him. Yep. That's something that's right now. This is written way, way, way back then, a couple thousand years ago. Because that's a woman's nature. To what? To be taken care of.
Yes, that's natural.
Period. Even right now, right? Again, I don't have to know your personal situation or whatever. Because today's time, a woman and a man, they generally make around the same. Sometimes women make a little more, man make a little more, whatever, right? We understand that, so we move forward with it, right? Especially, like I always make the joke about California because it's so expensive out here. Now, I'm from New York. People say, oh, damn, it's expensive. That's true. It is expensive in New York, but out here, it's like, damn, but why? You know what I mean? In New York, you're literally going from block to block, and it's a whole new world. You got Broadway, you got this, that. It's a trillion things going on you can understand. But here, I asked one of the real estate people, I said, yo, why is everything so expensive? Oh, well, the sun. I was like, the sun? If I grew up here, how you offering me what I already got? What you talking about? It don't make no sense, right? But right, so this is going back, says letting you know that God understands what he made.
Right.
He knows what he made. That's why he said, yo, you brothers, make sure you get your job, make sure you get your, and then go get your wife. Right. So that she'll automatically respect you. Now, when y'all are down together, something happened, you lose your job, whatever, she already know you're a hustler, you get it popping. Okay, something happened, whatever, y'all can move and make it happen. This is real. But you're moving into her place. She's making, let's throw a number on it, 300 grand. And you're like, okay, I think I'm going to go work at McDonald's. Yeah. How long is that love lasting?
He's the manager.
Yeah. How long is the love going to last? You're like, yo, this guy has no ambition.
Right.
This is not who I thought. You understand what I'm saying, sis?
I do.
Right. So this is what we're bringing. We're bringing back order. Yeah.
That's
right?
it.
Order. So that a man doesn't find himself in that position. A woman doesn't find, and guess what? So a sister asked me not too long ago, right? Because she's doing okay for herself. She said, and we had a similar conversation. And she said, so is the man always going to marry down? I was like, no, it's not the fact of marrying down. It's the fact that you got to make sure that you're on point. You're okay with your mentality and your spirit. Right. Because if he has to deal with you like you're the monster in the house, you're walking around like you a man, then it's no sense. We can't have 2 men in the house. Can't
That's
be
illegal.
Yeah, can't. Yeah, that's crazy. You know, that's against God's laws to have 2 men in the house. Yeah. So Elisha, I see your face. I know you're hearing it. You know it's real, but you're fighting inside. I recognize that.
I'm coming from a open, non-judgmental mind. Yeah, I mean, this is, I don't know if this was the purpose of having me on here, but I'm learning a lot and I can appreciate.
No, it's great because we like to, like when we have, like I was telling you before, we had all kind of guests. We've had rocket scientists, literally. A sister who builds rockets that's going to Mars and all of that, and we went into the scriptures with her and things like. I'm talking about whoever comes on, we show them something. We show them the Dark Ages when our people were ruling Europe, things like this. We have to build ourselves and let ourselves know we didn't just come out of Africa and with loincloths. You know what I'm saying? They put those loincloths on us because we was in a boat. We had great clothes on when we were in Africa. You know, great libraries. In Europe, we controlled every country there. You know what I mean? I'm talking about England. We did a Black History Month in Potrero Hill 2 weeks ago. And I was showing them how we were the kings and queens of England. We were ruling Ireland, Scotland. And I showed them the manifest of the slaves coming from Scotland, Ireland, England, all of the places in Europe. Guess where? Into the 13 colonies on the East Coast. Right. So now when people thinking about, we came from Africa, we came from way more than Africa. We came from we came from all over the world. Our people, we controlling everything. We were controlling Europe, Africa, and here in the States. What they call the States now. We were already here. Yeah. Okay? So these are the things our people need to learn and then say, well, how come? What happened? What happened? We broke the laws of God. Yeah. And God is like, okay, I'm not playing with you. I got to bring you down from that post.
Can we stop on that point for a second?
Please. No problem.
You really believe that we are to blame for our own?
Well, in the beginning, but then the Lord give me the scripture that said further the affliction, right? Yeah. Yes, we brought it upon ourselves, but the enemy took it to it. Yeah, please.
Not like the way that they say it. We didn't just offer ourselves up into slavery. It was a bunch of events that happened.
Right.
That prophecy unfolded. We chose the wrong end of the prophecy, and then bad stuff happened. Right. So yes, like the scripture he about to read about to explain everything that you asked, but it's not like how people say. We're not saying it the way that people you hear it in your normal life. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Basically, what the Lord is He's our Father, right? And we His children. If you tell your son or your daughter, hey, don't play with that little boy or that little girl, they're gonna get you in trouble, and that child chooses to go against your will, you know what I'm saying? And he may go to jail for a couple of weeks or two. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see what I told you? That's what you're gonna get. I told you that was gonna happen hanging with him, him and them. That's what happened to us. He said if we mingled among everybody, learn their works, in Jeremiah 3, have an analogy as us as a woman. And it said, you're going to go into the men, they're going to abuse you. They're going to bruise you. They're going to treat you badly. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you see. The people that we mix ourselves with end up turning the table on us, and they further the affliction. And that's what you can read on that.
Right. Y'all got that?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Zechariah chapter 1 and verse 15.
There you go.
I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased.
Right. Hold on. The Lord said, I was a little displeased with y'all, right? Now, in the scriptures, when the Lord said a little displeased, I mean, he was putting us through hell. You know what I'm saying? But he said a little displeased, right? Go ahead.
For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction.
Right. He said they helped to forward the affliction, meaning they did way more than what was supposed to happen, right? Because they took it upon themselves now to say, okay, the children of Israel are down. Now we're going to start really abusing them, right? They understood that. Like, our people don't even know that we the real Jews. They don't understand that, right? So we have to show them that. And there's nothing wrong with us saying that it's real. Like, we've sat down, I'm telling you, sis, we've sat down with many people. The question would be, how come I never seen the Jewish people sit down with these guys and argue with them and show them that they're wrong? Because we're not wrong, and they know they're not going to sit down with us because then the jig is up. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we got to come out here and we show the people. So our people, yes, we went against God's laws. He put us in captivity, right? Like, even right now, right? We were in slavery here, but this wasn't our first slavery. We were in slavery in all under all the nations, underneath
Babylon,
the
Persian,
Africans, right? I'm saying Africans because our people were the Negroes. The Africans are different people, although we're all black per se, skin color wise, but it's a different people, right? That's why they would say, "Oh, Africans sold Africans in slavery." That's not really true. Right. That's not true. The Africans, the pure Africans, the Nilotes, they sold us into slavery, right? We're not the same. It's just the way even the Bible tell you that. Yeah, that's actually in a Bible dictionary as well. If you bring that up,
y'all got the Zonovan over there, or pull it up on the screen so she can read it.
Yes.
Let's read it right quick.
Please bring that up, right? Because these are important things to learn, sis, so people can understand, right? And so from that now, we were under slavery under them. We were under slavery under the Persians, which are the Iranians today, right? All the to the East Indians, underneath the Chinese, right? Certain of the dynasties, right? We were there, a couple of dynasties. Our people today, we have one of our churches or schools in India because some of our people are there, right? So when we went there, they understood who their history was and they came right in. They were like, "Yo, that's us." Like, this is incredible stuff. We're in the Solomon Islands. We went to the Solomon Islands, sis. When we got there, do you know what they said? They said, our forefathers told us that somebody was going to come and tell us that we were the Jews. They literally told us that.
Yep.
How is this happening if it's not a real thing? They're not knowing about us. We touched down. If we show you the video of that, it's like the whole place, the whole city was there. It was crazy. We outside. You know how we outside of the street, few people talking to us? The whole city is there, taking notes like, okay, this is what we talking about. They really... So we got that all over the world. So it's a real thing. Our people been taken in slavery all over. You talking about diaspora? That word means dispersed.
Right.
The Bible talks about that, the dispersed of Israel in all four corners of the earth.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's what we go out here and do. Right? We're going to show you something. Y'all got it?
Bring it up.
Okay. So, sis, this is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, right? So you can find this in any store. I mean, Barnes and Nobles, whatever.
Any bookstore,
right.
Amazon.
Right, Amazon, all of that, right? Now watch this. Go ahead.
Come on.
This is the definition of Ham.
Sis, can you see that?
I can, yeah.
Okay, read it. Go ahead, Matthias.
Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races.
Of all the dark races, go ahead.
Not the Negroes.
Not the Negroes, right? So that's us. We're not part of Ham. Ham is the Hamites. If you talk to most white people today in the churches, and even a lot of our people even think that we're Hamites, meaning the Africans. We are not. Right. Even here they're telling you that. Not the Negroes, but go ahead.
But the Egyptians.
A lot of people think we're the Egyptians. We're not them. Go ahead.
Ethiopians.
Right.
Libyans.
Go ahead.
And Canaanites.
And the Canaanites, right? So we're different people, the Negroes, right? We're out of the line of Shem, which is Shemitic. Mm-hmm. So that's why people say, oh, you guys, you're saying that you're the real Jews. They're not the real Jews, so you're anti-Semitic. That can't be, because we are Semitic.
Right.
Right? All white people are Semitic, matter of fact. Right? So that means if you're saying anti-Semitic, that means you're against Irish, you're against the Italians. All white people are Semitic. East Indians, Semitic. Our people, Shemitic. Right? So a Jewish person can't keep that to themselves and say anti-Semitic and it means Jewish. No, if you want to say anti-Jewish, you can roll with that. but you can't say anti-Semitic because there's many Semites, right? Go ahead. Read that.
This is the definition of Semite, a term originally referred to those people listed in the Table of Nations, Genesis 10,
Right.
as descendants of Noah's son Shem. The derivative Semitic was coined as a linguistic term by A.L. Schlosser.
That's terrible. Schlosser.
Schlosser.
Okay.
All right. You want me to jump down?
No, yeah, jump down, please.
Okay, I'll start.
Shem is given.
Semite was defined by the supposed physical characteristics of the chief surviving representatives of the list of the Jews and the Arabs. Diloclococephalic skulls, curly and abundant.
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Go ahead.
Curly and abundant hair.
Go ahead.
Slightly wavy.
Uh-huh.
Or straight.
Yep.
Strong beard.
Read that next part.
Predominantly black.
Right.
Sis, do you see that?
We didn't write these things.
We didn't write that.
Yeah.
Predominantly black. So we know what it is. Like, sis, I'm telling you, we got 1,000 books. You'd be shocked.
Yeah,
Right.
Okay.
Right.
The
Old
Bible.
books.
Right. The Bible tells you that Jesus is black, God's black, people's black. Obviously, not everybody's black, right?
Yeah.
Because we have obviously our people who are Hispanic. They fall under that. People have been so-called mixed, so they have a different look, right? So when we say black, we're not talking about like
Skin color.
the skin color per se, but that's the, you know what I mean? Our people, you come on, you one of us, you know how it is, right? I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know, like me, I call myself a real Israelite. My kids are different complexions and all that. These guys, they making the same baby over and over again. You know what I mean?
Copy
Come on.
machine.
I got the light skin, I got the dark skin, I got all that. Right? But so this is what we're saying, sis. Like, these are things that our people need to learn. So when we out there teaching, this is what we teach. When we deal with the youth, we go and we show them all these things, and they're shocked. You know what I mean? They're like, wow. Like I said, when we did the thing last week with the Black History in Potrero Hill, I mean, the adults were like into it. We had been there before. We brought out all the slave chains, the actual slave chains, and things that people were using for money to buy our slave. Not one adult got up and came and checked out the stuff. All kids came. They felt the chains. We had the what do you call that? The yokes of iron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. The kids came up. They were touching and everything. Every adult was like 30 of them. None of them came up. Not one. I was shocked. I was looking like, yo, this is insane. I think they were just fearful. Again, they don't want to feel like they're going back. I don't want to remember slavery. I don't want to. No, you have to remember it.
You have to.
You have to remember it because it's in the Bible. That's how we're gonna know who the heck we are. Look at this, sis. Check this out.
Zoom in.
Zoom in, please. Right? Zoom up so we can read a little bit of what we're looking at. Okay.
Zoom.
Right. Zoom in just a bit.
You want me to read?
Get them fingers out of there.
Yeah. 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 Read 73. Go ahead.
All right. This is number 73. Capture of Antioch, William of Tyre. Historia de la Terre de Ortreme.
Yeah, your French is horrible, but go ahead.
Man. 57. France.
13 to the 14th
century.
14th century.
Paris.
Biblioteca National, meaning the National Library, right? Scroll up to the number 73. You got to scroll up. That's 75. Go up. Up,
man.
To the left.
Right there.
Right.
There we go.
Okay, sis. So what you're looking at, right? You see our people in the castle, right? And then you have the white people coming up and attacking, right? So this is the 13th, 14th century in France. Okay, so we were running it. We're the Moors. We're known as the Moors at this time, right? But the Moors are just the Israelites, but they're being known as the Moors in Europe, right? But they're the Israelites. We have some stuff on that showing you how they knew who they were. They knew that they were Israelites. It wasn't like an unknown thing, right? So you see a war going on. Scroll to the next one, the next side.
They got Beavis and Butthead coming up the ladder.
Right. So look at that. So now you see us being defeated, right? So those white troops have killed the Moors. And if you look closely, you see that shield, right, has a lion on it. That's the Lion of Judah.
Right.
Okay. Scroll down. Right? Read number 75. You got to read 75. Go ahead.
All right. Charlemagne's siege of Agen. Chroniques de France, full 168. France, second quarter, 14th century London British Library.
Right. Scroll just to see it. Again, you see the brothers in the top, right, as the knights. That's what they were called the knights. They were black. They call them knights. Says you can't make it up. This is real talk, right? And they're fighting in the castle, and look who's attacking, the white people, right? So a lot of people today, they say, oh, black and white people is in America, they always going at each other and so on and so forth. Since this been going on since the beginning of time.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Since the beginning of time, right? So this is just what it is. So our people used to rule Europe for close to 1,000 years. And many people don't know that. Okay? Look at this one. This one is was always let's read that real quick. Go ahead.
Right. Armorial bearings of Ubertino de Cara.
Read 9. You got to read 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wild Men and Moors Tapestry.
Right.
Alsace, about 1400, Boston Museum of Fine Arts.
That's where you'll find this tapestry now, right? So you have the Moors who are what? In the castle defending. Please scroll.
Up, man.
Right. Those are the Moors, our people in the castles defending against who? The wild men. I don't know if you ever watched the Game of Thrones. They were known as the
wildlings.
There you go.
Yeah.
Excellent. No, that's really what it was, right? So you got the wild men, right? White people. And then you got the Moors. Hey, it is what it is. You don't see no other kind of fight except white people and black people fighting each other throughout time.
History.
And sis, look what's funny right here. Close in on the top of the castle.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
About this? So, if the black people and the white people are always fighting,
right?
Does God imagine that the white order of things is the same?
No. We can get into that a little bit.
I mean, is it like in a white family? Should it be a
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, yeah.
Natural order.
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, well,
I feel what you're saying.
Right. No, the order is always going to be the same, right? Because even in a white family, it is what it is. The man is the head. The woman is, you know what I mean? Now, today in a modern culture, maybe, they got things turned upside down. They're doing whatever they want. But even when you brought up hunter, gatherer, all that kind of thing, right? In history, that's what was happening. You had the cavemen. They were running out and doing stuff. It wasn't the women that was going out there and getting the food and bringing it back. It wasn't like that, right? So, yes, that's throughout all time. But I just wanted to make a little joke right here. When you look at that sister, the queen, we thought that the sisters was putting on blonde wigs now. They was doing it back then.
Right.
You always want what you can't have.
Right. That's funny. Right. But just to show you, like, this is real stuff, sis. This is like tapestries, 1300s, 1400s.
Yeah, 1400s.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is real things. This is what our people were doing. So the hatred and the envy comes from hundreds of years. Like, we were really ruling out here.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Even in Spain, okay, that's when we got conquered. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Othello. Othello is a good representation of what happened during that time. That's when our rule was pretty much done. And we went into slavery, 1492, Columbus, all of that. Previous to that, we got kicked out of Spain into the West Indies, to the Caribbean, into America, so on and so forth, and the rest is history. They came and got us, and it's on, right? So, and we're here now.
Yeah.
So now, when we look at Christ and all that, we're looking for the return to that.
Yeah.
Not that, but something else to come.
Yeah.
So that's what we try to tell, like, the Christians and the churches and stuff. They don't believe they don't understand the Bible the way it's written, because now it's turned into a thing to where they got to get people in. They're trying to, have like motivational speeches and so on and so forth. But the Bible is motivational enough. It tells you what's going to happen.
Yes.
Same thing with what's going on now with the war in Iran and all of that. Like, that's in the scriptures,
All that is
literally.
in the Bible.
Yeah.
Literally.
Prophecy.
So when we see this going on, we're looking like, okay, that time is coming. Like, it's happening. And we were getting taught this like 10 years ago by the bishop, Nathaniel, who I showed you, was married for 30 years. He was showing us that a long time ago. At the time, it was nothing really happening like that. Little skirmishes. But now it's like crazy. We like, okay, it's okay. We getting it.
Is the Bishop Nathaniel the sort of like the founder of
No,
this?
he's
I don't
actually
know, what is Bishop Nathaniel's like role in
right.
this?
He's the founder, right? He's the top bishop, right? But he didn't create the religion. or if you want to call it a religion, it's not a religion, it's our heritage. He didn't create that. He learned from other men, right? And so back in New York, when the Israelites started way back, right? But in New York was the only school, really, for the Israelites. There was only one group. So when I was growing up, they were always in Harlem. And then something happened. We weren't paying attention. We weren't in it. There was something happened. It was a little split, so on and so forth. And now you see these different groups, right? So we happened to turn. When I first got with Israel United in Christ, we were the smallest. We were the smallest group. We were just like we were literally like in a basement, like a little storefront area. It was a few of us, not that many of us. And now, we're literally all over the world, right? You know? Right. And so, shout out to Bishop Nathaniel for his great work. Like, I didn't see it from the very inception, of course, because I came in 2010. But when I came in 2010, we were still small, and then right after, not too long after, we just started, the Lord just took it somewhere, and now we here.
Do you refer to yourselves as, what do you refer to yourselves as? Like, what do you call the community?
Oh, Israelites.
Israelites, okay.
Yeah, just Israelites, yeah.
We the Israelites?
Yeah, people call ourselves black. They call it black Hebrew Israelites and all this old weirdness. It's just the Israelites.
Whether you believe it or not, sis, you the Israelite too.
Right.
I believe that I am an Israelite. I'm not bought into everything,
right?
But I absolutely believe.
Yeah, man.
Yes, no, that's beautiful.
And that's even prophecy that the Lord was going to put his spirit back onto his people, and we was going to wake up in these last days. That's how you know this thing is real. And you ain't going to never hear none of this in no church. That's why it's only 2 people per congregation in these $1 million churches.
Right. Yeah, and it's funny you say that, because I think the churches, I had a meeting with a couple of pastors like 2 weeks ago on Zoom, and they were telling me that they believe that they Israelites. And they were trying to build like, okay, so what do you got? So I think they're trying to get the understanding. I think it's just like most people. They're like, man, these guys look a little too weird and strange. I don't think I can really I don't think I can really get with those guys. You understand what I'm saying?
You're crazy until it's popular.
Right. Yeah. But now they're looking at it, because he's the one pastor said to me, we see the awakening. That's what he said. Because they're trying to figure out, why is everybody with them and they not with us? And those guys, because we seem to be crazy. That people look at us like we crazy or whatever. But they understand once they come in, and we tell them, listen, the street is one thing, but when y'all come in, you're going to recognize it's a school setting.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a classroom setting. Now you're really getting taught. Now you're really learning. Now you see the families. People come in, they see all the sisters. They're like, oh, wow, okay. The kids, and they see the order. All right, the children are here. Everything is going good. Food, all. They're like, oh, this is like okay, this is comfortable.
It's family orientated.
Right. They're coming in expecting something totally different.
Mm-hmm.
We like to see that people walk in. They're like, oh, okay. They kind of like, all right, look around a little bit, like, oh, okay.
It's like
I might be able to stay here a little bit.
It's real warm in here.
Yeah, no, for real. Look at that, sis.
Wow. Is this here?
That's the Passover. That's one of our Passovers. That was in Florida?
That was in Florida, yeah.
That was in Florida.
Wow.
Right? That's not even all of us, sis.
Not even a
yeah.
That's not even scratching the surface.
Right. And we all, it's not like that's another problem with the church. They're not unified, right? Everybody has their own thing going on. Not to say that there's not different Israelite groups. There are. But you have to be able to believe one thing. The Bible says one thing,
Unity. That's unity.
You got to have that unity.
Mm-hmm.
And so look at that. That
that's
thing is,
what we're trying to bring
that thing is
back
beautiful.
To our community is that unity.
Yep.
And Oakland is a great place to start with.
It's ready.
Oh yeah,
it's
Oakland
ready. It's ready.
They're ready to get back.
Yeah,
It's ready for us.
And it's a beautiful thing, sis. And listen, we're enjoying our time at Black Joy because
back to Black Joy Parade.
No, I'm just saying, it's a beautiful thing because the people get a chance, and we got interviewed out. I'm telling you, this year was different. We had like 2-3 outlets, like internet outlets, they came and talked to us and want to know that they were like, oh man, you guys are here, whatever. And I told one of the sisters, I said, listen, we out here so that you guys can touch and feel us. You know what I mean? You could literally come to, hey, listen, this is a real person I'm talking to.
It's not a myth. It's not a mystery.
Right. It's not some guy screaming on the corner and you're across the street. Like, I'm not walking over there. They're going to say something to me. You know what I mean?
Right. and people now is coming up with questions because they seeing what's going on in the world. They seeing that the church is desolate. They seeing
Yeah.
that it's truth springing up in the earth again, man, and that's our job. Our job is to tell the truth,
right?
At the end of the day,
right?
Put God's people back in order. That's our job,
right? And we make sure to study, like we do a lot of studying, obviously, because every brother you see there, they're literally a priest, right? Like literally able to open the Bible and go through it. You have to. Now, obviously, some are stronger than others, right? You have like Bishop Nathaniel, who we showed you. He's
probably knows the whole Bible.
Yeah, we're not reaching that level. You know what I'm saying? It's just yeah. When I say that, it's up to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like we've seen it. Like I've been there. I'm telling you, like it's a different spirit on different men. Like you would have to see it to believe it, right? It's not like it's not like a magical thing. It's not that. It's just what it is. Yeah. Right? Yeah. It's what it is. So, right, that's us in Baltimore. Right? Again, that's not all of us. That's just,
show us in Oakland.
Well, we're the Oakland one.
Show the Oakland one. Yeah, bring that back. That thing was incredible in Oakland.
These guys.
I do think the thing you said a bit ago about an aligned, agreed upon message, or
yes,
or understanding.
Right.
Is, I think the word you used, right, is critical.
Yes.
To moving forward.
Yes.
Get 1 Corinthians 1:10 right quick.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. You
get
said
that.
You right on point.
Right on point with that. That's what the scriptures say. Watch this. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 10. Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Come on.
That ye all speak the same thing.
So we all gotta be speaking the same thing. Go ahead.
And that there be no divisions among you.
No divisions, no subdivisions, no different doctrines, no denominations. We all got to speak the same thing. Go ahead.
Right.
But that ye be perfectly joined together.
All of us become perfectly joined together as one. Go ahead.
In the same mind and in the same judgment.
And in the same mind and the same judgment. That's why there is different groups, because certain people teach according to their own lust. That's why Cap earlier told you we don't have multiple wives.
Right.
But there's a group that do that.
Many groups, mostly all of them.
There's groups that say it's cool to lay with children. To be honest, we don't rock like that.
Yeah, there's one nutty group out there
that was nutty group that says that.
Mm-hmm.
But we know what they used to be in the past life.
Right. So these are the things that we have to keep our people clear from. They might say, oh, well, the other guy said this, and the other guy, we was like, nah, we don't have nothing to do with that. Just look at the purple and gold. That's us.
Yeah, just keep the commandments, man, and live.
This is Oakland?
Yeah, this is
Oakland.
This is Oakland. Yep.
Just keep the commandment. We got garments on. That was Oakland. It felt so good outside.
Yeah, and it was
nice and crisp.
That was a great day. That's one of our classic days.
Mm-hmm.
One time, sis, we had I know you remember that thing with Kyrie Irving, when he had the issue with the NBA because of what he said. He didn't even say anything. He just posted.
Something.
Something. Right. So we went out. At that time, he was playing for the Brooklyn Nets, and so we went to the Barclays Center with a lot of friends, and basically just surrounded the whole arena. And we taught out there that day, and then he got put back on the team the next day.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Yeah.
On the news, they were like, "Oh, Kyrie, is that your people outside?" He was like, "I've never seen them before."
Those crazy people?
Yeah, they asked him straight up. They were like, "Is that your people?" He was like, "I no," and it's true. We didn't know him. We didn't know him personally, but we said, you know what? That's a brother. All he do is post something. They're going crazy, putting them through the ringer. We're like, no. We're gonna go down there, and we went down there and made a show, and they felt that. They said, okay, get this guy back on the team. He literally went back the next day.
Right. That's the power of unity.
Yeah.
Right. That's what the Chinese people, if they get beat up, you know what I'm saying? They stop buying, they stop selling with people, and laws get changed for them.
Yep.
Just because of unity. We showed a little display of unity.
Yep.
And
they made it happen right then and there. You know how many people came into our organization based on that?
Yeah.
They literally walked through the doors and was like, yo, I seen that thing in Barclays. I got to come in here and see what's going on.
Hey, not only that, Cap, that same incident from that, we was trying to go sit down with a barbershop in Oakland. Right. And at first they wasn't messing with us. And then they seen the Barclay thing and they was like, yeah, y'all come through.
Right.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Okay, that's us. Wow. That's us in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center. It was crazy. Yeah, people were like, now I'm telling you about New York, sis. I don't know if you ever lived there for any amount of time.
No, I've visited a lot though.
Okay, so New York is never quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? when we walked down that street right there, known as Flatbush Avenue, the place was completely quiet.
Mm-hmm.
The last time I heard it that quiet was 9/11.
Mm.
It was quiet like that. I'm talking about completely quiet.
All you can hear is the train underneath.
You couldn't even hear that. The train probably knew what was going on. You know, but this was a great day because, again, like the brother said, we showed unity, right? We did not know the man, but we recognized that he saw himself and said, okay, I'm an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? Let me just post this real quick. And they got angry, telling him that he has to go and speak to the Jewish leaders of Brooklyn and all that. We was like, what? You ain't got to speak to nobody, man. We told those leaders, come talk to us. Right. Yeah, you talk to us. We're going to tell you when it's all right for you to walk around here. You right. tell this man he got to come and no, you ain't gonna do that. You know, so
violate him.
Yeah, this was a great time. You know, and I mean we can't always do that. We try not to get involved in so many regular things because people have their what's the word I'm looking for? People have their own agendas, right? Our agenda is God. Period. So we're not Democrat, Republican. We don't have time for that. We have time for God. That's it. We're putting out the laws. Brothers, sisters, keep these laws. Keep your families together. Let's move forward as a unit. That's it. Right. You know, that's how we work, Mm-hmm. And tell everybody to go to Black Joy Parade, of course.
Yeah, it looked like you got another question. So let's go
Black
ahead.
Joy Parade also. No, the thing I was going to say is you at some point we were talking about, why Black Joy Parade maybe feels different, felt different this year, has felt different from other things. Right. And I think it's that, the thing I was really good at the beginning was a consistent message. You are coming here for one thing, and it's to celebrate us. Right. And that's the message to us. That's the message to allies. That's a message to everybody. Right. So I wish you would come to Black Joy Parade for some other reason, Right. And I think you see that on site. That the differences are squashed so quick at Black Joy Parade. Right. That many people, we've never over the 9 years had a major incident happen at Black Joy Parade. Right. There's been a few scraps, a few teenagers, but
it was one last week.
But what happens? I don't know what happened with that specific one, but what typically happens at Black Joy Parade is somebody checks them. Right. Not today. Right. Because we're all there for the same reason. And everyone who come, however they learned that, they knew that this is about Black joy. This isn't about some other, leave your beefs at home. Leave your differences, leave your sector, whatever the things that are kind of separating us in our day-to-day lives as a Black community. This is not the place for that. And so just, again, reinforcing the power of a shared vision, a power of a shared message and a shared understanding. It can move mountains,
Absolutely. But sis, hey, this was a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? We were happy that you were gonna come on. We were like, damn, we don't know if Elisha gonna come on. She shows.
I was like, I will before I leave, I have to say I have two very, very good friends in Los Angeles who joined, I don't know what it means, joined the religion. Is that
no, just joined our organization.
Became a part of it. I don't know exactly what their sect is called, but it's very similar to what you all. Right. And I think today has really helped me understand them better. They are very, very good friends of mine. Right. They just had a new baby, so they are on the journey to lots of kids. It seems to be common within the organization.
Right. Listen, sis, we don't tell anybody to go have a bunch of kids. That's just them.
I know you don't, but it seems to be a thing. So, but I appreciate this conversation because I was a little hesitant. What are we going to talk about? I appreciate you all being kind of open to my questions and my annoying curiosity. Right. I learned a lot about y'all. I learned, I think, about some of my best friends. And I'm just really grateful that you had me on.
All right, thank you. We're grateful that you came on because a lot of people were actually asking who created it? Really, people were coming from out of town hey, did y'all ever speak to the person, the guy, the dude who put this together? I said, nah, it's a sister. You know what I mean? I said, we spoke to her. They said, you know her? I said, yeah, we had to deal with her to get this whole thing going. I said,
you all were I appreciated that too, that like I was speaking directly to you as we built Black Joy Parade.
Right.
I say all this to say, like, of course it was like my idea, but it
Yeah.
couldn't have happened without my co-founder, my team, now my
Right.
husband, who's, had no choice but to be involved in Black Joy Parade when he
Right.
met me. All the people that kind of hold me down,
Right.
in the super busy time that it is. And I'm a mother now. And so the
Okay.
past few
Okay.
years running Black Joy Parade is not easy,
Right.
being all the things that I want to be and trying to be excellent at everything.
Right.
So yeah, I'm really grateful for everybody surround me, but even people like you all who have just been committed to Black Joy. But I don't gotta work hard to get you guys to come.
Oh, no,
I don't
no,
gotta
no,
we
like.
showing up. If
Yeah,
our
we showing
people
up.
there. We showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got, some, we're like, please, don't you want your school there? Like, don't you,
Yeah.
and
No.
that's not y'all. And so
Not at
it
all.
wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen without people like you. So I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, sis. Appreciate you. And Lord's will, life lasts. We're able to come again next year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And make it happen.
Put us up
Bigger,
closer in
bigger and
the, in the
better.
parade.
Yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
growing. We keep
Yes,
thriving.
absolutely.
Put us up a little closer. in the
Oh,
parade,
sis. Listen, we're asking, can we get in the middle somewhere? We
Oh,
would
in
like to
the parade line?
yeah, can we get in the middle next time? Like,
I'll put in a request to our director, parade director.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
send a
you
message
would
to her and
put
ask.
us
And
at
she's
the back of
very
the line, man.
the lineup is very particular for very specific reasons that
right.
I think people don't realize, like
right.
the way the horses poop on the street. Like, there's
Right,
just
right.
lots of things that they have to think about when the lineup happens, and so
Right.
I can put in requests, but I can't guarantee anything.
Okay, put in the request. Come on. All right, all right. Hey, Elisha, thank you again. All right, be safe out there, and Lord's will, we see you in October. We trying to come through, sis.
Yeah, save us a table.
Absolutely.
What do we have to do? Matter of fact, what? Okay, we'll chat with you offline. We'll
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell your audience, like, if anyone who has never been to Black Joy Parade or is interested, you can find everything on blackjoyparade.org.
yes.
Black Joy Parade on all the internet things. We are an open organization. Ask all the questions. There's no stupid questions. Like, we're here to like bring us all together, and we, come one, come all, as long as you know what you're coming for.
Right,
Know.
right.
So.
Is
Yeah.
there any other social media you want to give out?
No.
Okay.
I'm not personally. I'd be staying off the internet.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
That's good.
I have
that's
more
good.
important things to do with my time, gentlemen.
No, listen, we
yeah,
with
no.
you.
For
We with
sure.
you.
Black Joy Parade is where it's at, and you'll find all the information you need. As you guys know, join our mailing list. People get hot because they didn't make the vendor cutoff or they didn't make the parade cutoff.
Right.
And like, just join our mailing list. You'll get all the notes about when things open and how you can get involved. People want to perform, all those things. It's all on our mailing list and website.
Okay. All praise. Hey, before you go, hey, brothers, can y'all bring up that thing with the weddings real quick? Just with the we got to show you these pictures. I want to show you pictures of some weddings that take place amongst us. You got to see the regality of it all.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? Yeah, you got to see the flavor of this, right? Okay.
Aww.
So yes, y'all can scroll up a little quicker, right? So we make it. We go back in the days, sis. We put on those garments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And make it a little fly. But to show you that we have a lot of weddings.
Can I ask
Right.
why you don't celebrate birthdays?
Yeah,
that's
because
beautiful.
that's against God's laws, right?
Celebrate your birthday?
Yes.
Why?
We'll
Okay.
tell you. Get,
Hey, do we
And then,
have?
and then we can end because I really do gotta go. But I'm
No,
curious
I
about
know you.
it.
No, we got to show you a couple things. Do we have that that's that thing, the satanic thing?
Yeah, pull that up.
Pull that up,
We want to show you this.
right?
before
Pull
you
that
go.
up, and then we're gonna show you something in the Bible, right?
Okay.
Because that was never our custom, right?
Yeah.
Birthdays?
Birthdays
Yeah.
never our custom.
At
Do you-
one, go ahead. Cap,
I'm
my
sorry,
bad,
bro.
my
Sorry.
bad.
Do you know the story of Job? Have you ever heard the story of
I
Job?
don't know the story of Job.
Okay, so
But
Job.
I don't understand how celebrating the day someone was born could be a bad thing.
Okay,
Yeah, that's because we was born here.
right. You're gonna see.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all got the thing with the satanic thing?
And the first birthday that was ever celebrated, sis, we were like brought there against our will.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You guys
So
got to
it
use the
was-
switcher.
It was never. Come on, y'all.
Officer Shem is speaking. You might want to switch to him.
And I want you to get the thing. I'm only speaking so you get.
Oh,
the
you
thing.
trying to buy time?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Damn. Get the thing, man.
Okay. These guys
Yeah,
are
but
some-
the first birthday that was ever celebrated, we wasn't there willingly. They brought us there by bitter constraints and made us do it and forced us to do it. So
Right.
that was just a ungodly custom, like the scriptures say, that grown strong in the earth.
Right. That
So
was
we
in
never
Greece.
celebrated.
Right. That was in Greece. That's when we were in captivity in Greece, right? But that was at that time, right? But now we talking about way previous to that, right? Is a reason why the Lord doesn't have us celebrating birthdays, right? Did you find it, guys? Thank you very much.
Oh, okay.
No, you gotta read this thing. Go ahead. Bring that thing up.
Come on, man.
Why are they so slow?
Doing their best. They're doing their best.
Oh,
Yeah, this is our
God.
team. You know, this is how we talk to these
Yeah.
these our guys, man.
Said they're gonna bring it up. They ain't bring
That's
nothing up.
that's motivation music to them, you know.
Yeah.
The same reason kids join gangs today. They that's what they've shown us. They grow up. Some grow up in gangs. You know what I'm saying? Just because they're from that street, they don't know. They say, "What's wrong with a gang?" You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm here with my boys. I got some unity. You know, we about us, and to them it seems right, but that was never our custom. We was never supposed to be gang members, or we was never supposed to be fighting amongst each other. But we've learned it.
Are you comparing a gang with my birthday?
No, I'm saying
Oh,
I go extreme.
Come
I like to go
on.
extreme.
Oh,
So we
that
can,
is dramatic.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Off
It's
the
extreme.
bridge.
It's extreme, but I said it because it's bad.
Right.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And
Well,
we're
here it
saying
goes.
birthdays is bad.
Look at this, right? So this is the Satanic Bible, right? Anton LaVey. I'm pretty sure you heard of him. Have you ever heard of him? Okay, right. So remember, he's a Satanist and all of that, right? Now,
Zoom in.
bring that thing.
Zoom in again.
Yeah, it's very low. Yes, zoom in and get me out of the way, please. Okay, go ahead. You might want to.
The highest of all holidays in the satanic religion is the date of one's own birth.
You see that the highest of all holidays in the Satanic religion is the date of one's own birth. Why? Because they know that God is against it. But go ahead, read.
This is in
About to
direct
say it right now.
This is in direct contradiction to the holy days of other religions, which deify a move over.
Come on.
So celebrating your own birthday
Yes.
is an understanding that you are at the same level as a deity.
Right, because you're putting yourself up there. You're celebrating yourself. Let's read it. Let's read it. Keep
please.
reading.
No,
No.
read,
Keep
man.
reading right here. You're not
What
done.
are you doing?
Okay, which deify a particular god who has been created in an anthropomorphic form of their own image, thereby showing that the ego is not really buried. The Satanist feels, why not really be honest? And if you are going to create a god in your image, why not create that god as yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Every man is a god if he chooses to recognize himself as one. So
Go
this, sorry?
Go ahead, keep going.
So the Satanist celebrates his own birthday as the most important holiday of the year.
Right.
After all, aren't you happier about the fact that you were born than religious holidays? Oh no, excuse me. Then you are about the birth of someone you have never even met. Or for that matter, aside from religious holidays, why pay higher tribute to the birthday of a president or to a date in history than we do to the day we were brought into this greatest of all worlds?
Right. So, sis, here's the thing, right? If you never celebrate any of God's high holy days, but you're celebrating yourself, then what are we doing? Right?
But isn't every day God's holy day?
But,
No.
but no, it's not. And how are you celebrating? No, it's not. No. Right?
How is it that something can be credited to creating everything and not and then have a day exist that is not in tribute to that?
Okay. Well, if you want to make it like that, sure. Every day is a gift of the Lord, so on and so forth. But you have what's known as a Sabbath day, right? The Sabbath day is the seventh day of the week, starting Friday dark to Saturday dark, right? That's something you don't keep, right? You have Passover. That's something you don't keep. You have the new moons, which one is coming up tomorrow night. That's something you don't keep. But you do keep the birthday of Elisha Greenwell, right? And you guys go out, have a great time, celebrate that you made another year, so on and so forth. The Lord is like, what's going on with me, though? Why
Every day is that.
No, but no, you're not showing it.
No.
But I don't.
Watch this. Let me
Like
show you something.
you cannot say that celebration. Like celebration isn't always an extreme external thing. If that's the idea of celebration, there's tons of things that are not celebrated.
Well, no.
You know?
And there's tons of things that it's not. Those things are not supposed to be celebrated.
Right.
It's things that's supposed to be celebrated and things not supposed to be celebrated. Like if you pull up the Satanist thing again, right? You ain't got to pull it up. I'm gonna just quote it. It says it's in direct contradictory to the holiest of holy days.
Right.
Right. That holiest of holy days is, give me Exodus chapter 20 and verse 3. So it's going into what Cap talking about. He's saying you don't acknowledge God at all, but you set yourself up and acknowledge yourself. Right. That's idolatry. That's self-worship.
Sorry to interrupt you, but
Yeah,
I think
ahead.
that's assumptive. I think that's assuming that you can't celebrate God at all times and also celebrate yourself. It's also assumptive that God does not live in you, which I really believe that like God exists in all of us. Like, if God exists in all of us, and then celebrating me is also celebrating God, and celebrating other people is celebrating God.
But it don't work
every
like
day is a tribute to our.
Like, are you a mother yet?
She's a mother, yes.
Yeah. You a mother, right?
I am a mother, yeah.
And if you tell your kids to do something and they do something directly in contradiction to what you told them to do, is that respect or disrespect?
Well, how old are they?
They old enough. They old enough to know. They old enough to know. Mom said do this. I want to do this. So is it respect or disrespect? It's disrespect, right? It's just like God. God gave us certain things to celebrate. He gave us certain things to eat. He gave us certain things He gave us how to dress. He gave us all of these goodly things and instructions that was made and built to protect us. So if you really honored him, and if you really loved him, and if you really respected him, then you're gonna do what he say, because that's what you expect your children to do. Right. You just like your mother, right? So if your kids listen, it's respectful. If they don't listen, it's disrespectful. Right. It's the same thing with the Most High God. When we listen, it's respectful. When we don't listen, it's disrespectful. He told us, don't put no other gods before him, even if that God is including yourself, because in the scriptures it even say it. It says, "Ye are gods." Right. He calls us gods. He calls us men gods. He calls us Israelite men gods. Mm-hmm. But he said we shall die like men. Why? Because we went against his godly order. Right. So it's not that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's just like the way that we think right now, we still think with the colonized mind and how the colonized people programmed us to think, right? You know, but that's what we trying to do. We trying to put that away, because that's not us. That has never been us. And every time we follow after these people, bad things happen to us. Right. So give me Exodus 20 right there, right quick.
Verse 3.
Yes.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 3.
Come on.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
That's the commandment, the holiest of holies, that we disrespect when we celebrate birthdays. And that's
but how can it be true that God lives within us and yet there is a God outside of us?
Okay, see, no.
Which is true? Is it that God, that we are gods?
No.
That God lives within us, or that God is this like external rule-bearing judgment on us?
No, God is external. He is external, but he's internal when what? When you keeping the commandments.
When you respecting it.
Because the scriptures say that the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit. Meaning what? If you not keeping the commandments, then the Holy Spirit is not with you. God is not in you. That's the God that people talk about is in them. That's the spirit of discipline, keeping the commandments, doing what God said. There's another scripture that says, when Christ, you know how people say, "Oh, what a friend we have in Jesus," right? Yo,
So God.
no, listen.
Okay.
No, check it out.
It's
No.
very late, and
I know. I'm sorry.
I know.
But-
I'm like, okay.
I know, but Jesus.
Let's wrap this
I know we're gonna wrap it
conversation.
up. We're gonna wrap it
I
up.
don't think we're going to agree
All
about
right.
this, but that's okay.
All right, cool. But Christ said, "Listen, ye are my friend if you do what I command you."
John 15,
right?
14.
John 15 and 14, right? But just going back to the birthday, before you go, I want to read that out of the Bible, just so you know, right? Because that's we showed you something external. We're gonna read this and then we're gonna let you go. All right.
Okay.
Job chapter 1, and you can start in verse 4. So now Job is in there. Job is in the scriptures. He's a man that does not commit any sin. He's rich. He's got everything going for him, right? And in this chapter, this is when Satan goes to God and says, "I've been running up and down," right? And the Lord said, "Have you checked out my servant Job, how great he is?" And he said, "Yeah, he's great because you protected him. But if you just remove all of these hedges that you got about him, if you stop protecting him and allow me to touch him, then you're going to find out about him. He ain't really what he say he is." That's really what the crux of this history is, right? But now we're just going to deal with Job's children. He got 7 sons, 3 daughters, right? And now they're about to talk about something. Verse 4, watch this.
Job chapter 1 and verse 4. And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day.
Everyone his day, meaning what? They kept having parties and stuff about their birthdays. That's what his day means, their birthdays. Go ahead.
And sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them.
Go ahead.
And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all.
Right, so the burnt offerings were like for sin, right? So he put offerings up for each one of his children. Why? Go ahead.
For Job said, "It may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts."
Right. Why would he say they sinned? Because they were celebrating their birthdays and cursed God in their mind. Why? Because they were putting themselves above the Lord.
Right.
By what? Making themselves an idol. That's what we just read in Exodus 20 and 3.
Right.
Right. So, and there's a couple other scriptures that go with that as well, right? That shows that. So that's why we don't celebrate birthdays.
Okay.
Alicia's like, "I don't care what you're talking about. I gotta go get some.
got you.
I gotta go to the steakhouse."
I mean, I think they're like I have a fundamentally different belief about the way God exists in my life.
Okay.
And so I will never think of celebrating myself as celebrating above.
Okay. Listen,
That.
all we do is teach. We put it out there for the
No,
community.
I'm here for it. I'm glad that you explained
yeah,
it to me because I was very confused.
It's a lot of history that shows it too, sis. It's a lot of
Oh, I'm sure
history,
there is.
that shows
I have no doubt that the conviction you all feel is grounded in a truth you believe.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There is no world where I think this is fabricated and made up.
Right.
I just don't agree.
No, I understand. I understand.
I just don't
Listen,
agree.
listen. The scriptures say time and
That's
chance
okay.
happens to everybody, right? So it may not be your time.
Right.
10 years, 10 years from now, you might be like, "Wow, now why do I see it now?" Who knows? Who knows? Sis,
We
you
should revisit this
sis,
podcast. in
trust
10
me,
years.
you never know. I'm telling you. At
Yeah.
one point in my life, I was like, I don't understand. I was like, a pastor? Who wants to be a pastor?
I never thought I would.
I said, that's outrageous. I would never be a pastor. Why would people be following me? I'm a bad guy. This is not going to happen. And then all of a sudden, I'm in here. You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy. I've never thought of anything like this in my life. You understand? So when it's like the movie Manchurian Candidate. When that phone call comes, sis, and you pick up that phone, the Lord like, "Hey, get your behind down there." You be like, "Yes, sir." You out of there. All right.
That's how it works.
All right. Hey, sis, we love you, sis.
right.
Thank you for coming on.
I appreciate y'all.
Shout
so
out to
much.
your husband. You know what I mean?
Shout out to my husband. He's the best. He really is the best, though.
Yeah.
A big shout out to my husband.
Yes, yes. All praises for that. All right. So sis, we're gonna see you, Lord's will. We're gonna contact you about the Black Panther thing, and hopefully we see you
Cool.
there.
All right.
right.
Thanks,
All
y'all.
right. Thank
All
you.
right,
Have a good
sis.
evening.
Have a good one.
Bye.
You as well.
Thank you for coming on to the show.
All right. Excellent. Excellent.
Man, that was some good stuff there, man.
Yeah, man. Beautiful, beautiful
That
stuff.
was some
man.
good stuff.
Yeah,
She gonna get it one day.
Yeah, Lord willing.
Sis,
you
we
know?
rooting for you.
Yeah, yeah. All praises. Hey, okay, here we go. Hey, don't forget to donate to the Booster Club.
Yeah.
Right? The Isaiah 11:11 Project. Gathering all 12 tribes from all over the world, all right? In all four corners. We out there. We need y'all support, right? Without y'all support, we can't do that work, all right? Airfare, food fare, hotel fare, all of that, right? So Lord's will, give what y'all can, all right? Save a couple dollars for us at the Nehemiah Squad, all right? Help us get some new lights up in here, man. You know what I'm saying? The lights is crazy in here.
We need a new team.
Yeah, we all right. They go to QR code on PayPal, iuic.norcal@israelunite.org. All right. And so next week, this show is called No Justice for Tamir Rice, a conversation with his mother. All right. We're going to have Samaria Rice on. All right. So y'all remember Tamir Rice all those years ago got killed by the police officer. He was just a boy, right? And the cop killed him and nothing happened, right? They let that cop go and he's running around trying to get more jobs as a cop, police officer. And this sister ain't letting it go. She on his back. You know what I'm saying? She's on his line. So we're going to have her on. We're going to talk about everything from the murder up to everything that she's been doing for the past amount of years and what she's doing right now. So y'all want to be tuned into that. And we may have another special guest on that night as well. All right. All right, so Officer Shem, you not taking us out?
No, Judah gonna do it tonight.
All right.
All right, I'll do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 21. Then I testified against them and said unto them, Why lord ye about the wall? If ye do so again, I will lay hands on you.
So if you do this thing again, we got to lay hands on you.
Right.
First and foremost, you got to donate to the Booster Club, or we might have to lay hands on you. Hey, guess what? Check us out at the Black Joy Parade. We're going to be out there every year, Lord's Will Life Blast.
Yes, sir.
Teaching repentance and family. And if they don't change, you might have to lay hands on them. All right? Hey, guess what? We are the Nehemiah Squad.
Right.
Hey, we got Officer Shem, the mighty Captain Zakai. I'm Officer Judah. Our special guest, Officer Jadiel.
Yes, sir.
And we out.
We out.
Most High Christ bless y'all.
Most High Christ bless.
From even to even, spend holy days away from the heathen. I need a break. I don't need a reason. I need a script. Don't need a reason. Keep it to yourself. It's better for my health. Leave it on the shelf. Ain't hearing nothing else. Tonight and tonight, knowing the price. Pay it off with my